puffing through the year. Tennessee stars like the smoky air. Friends and cigars, pull up a chair. Flicker of flame, stories unfold. Warm as the whiskey, smooth as the gold. Oh, Christmas by the fire. Let the smoke swirl higher. Mick and Charles, the podcast kings. Talking live cigars and holiday things. Christmas by the fire, where the laughter won't tire. From Memphis nights to smoky trails, they light it up, sharing tales. Guess with stories bold and true. Pour a glass, there's room for you.
Welcome to the Real Smoke Podcast with your hosts, Mick and Charles, the podcast that's all about real people, real cigars, and real smoke. Coming to you live from the Real Smoke Virtual Cigar Lounge, bringing you the best of cigars, whiskey, and all the good times in between. It's more than just a podcast, it's a community of cigar lovers. So grab your favorite smoke, pour a drink, and join us as we dive into all things cigars, whiskey, and just having a damn good time. This is the Real Smoke Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 59 of the Real Smoke. And I'm not sure if everybody is frozen or what.
I'm here. No.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We're a little bit behind. Here we go. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Oh, man. I have no idea what's going on with StreamYard because everything I've got is fully loaded and ready to go. But let's try it again. I don't know what the hell happened, but welcome everybody to the Real Smoke Podcast. We are your host. That is Mick. I am Charles, and this is episode 59. It is the last episode for the year. We gone until next year.
2 of the day and 4 in 7 days, technically.
Yes, technically 4 in 7 days, and we did do 2 today. I'm exhausted, but I've had a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So before we kick things off, let's go ahead and say once again, hi to the Cigar Vault in Oakdale. Hi, Norm. Hi, Miguel.
Hi, Norm.
Okay, that's all we're going to do. So,
The Real Smoke Podcast is brought to you by the Cigar Vault Oakdale, your ultimate destination for premium cigars and unforgettable experiences. Whether you're a seasoned aficionado or just starting your cigar journey, they've got you covered. Find them on Instagram at Cigar Vault Oakdale or online at thecigarvault.com. Here's a treat for our listeners. Use promo code REALSMOKE to save 10% on your next order. Let the Cigar Vault Oakdale unlock your next great cigar.
Yeah, let them do that for you. They would greatly appreciate it. We would appreciate it. And if you go in there, type in the little comments whenever you do your order and it gives you the special note, say, hey, Charles and Mick and Charles sent us. So do that for us. We greatly appreciate it. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah. It seems like I haven't seen you for a few hours.
You normally have a deep voice, but you've kind of got this Barry Manilow thing going on. I don't know if I'm nervous around you or what, but I mean,
I don't know. It's gone. My voice, I might make it through the show, but that's about it. I'm hitting those halls pretty hard. But yeah, no, man, I'm excited, man.
The Eddie ones?
The vanilla, the ones I had earlier. Yeah.
You're eating those Eddie Halls?
Yeah, I got Eddie Hall in my mouth right now. Wait what? Never mind.
Remember, he has something good to say about that. Never, we won't go into that one.
Yeah, we won't.
If you don't know what we're talking about, go to that episode. That was a trip. By the way, if you're just now tuning in and you don't know about the earlier episode, at 2:00 today, 1:00 his time, 2:00 real time, not that weird central crap. We did have Eddie Hall, World's Strongest Man, on, and it was a short episode, but it was a funny episode. The dude is a riot, but he is also a good interview and a good talk, so we enjoyed that one.
Definitely. Yeah, he played along, even though he didn't know what episode or what show he was on. He still played along and had a great time, so great show.
He did. Yeah, he had no clue who we were.
None.
I love that the first question wasn't us asking him. It was, hey, who you guys?
Where am I?
I wish I would have had the wah, wah, wah sound going, but I didn't. But that was hilarious.
Yeah, that was a little bit. Here we are.
Mick.
Yes, sir.
I see you're wearing one of the shirts.
I am. Yeah, I had to. I saw one you had on. I couldn't put my Waffle House one on, so I had to go with my Patreon one. So
I
Patreon's
had earlier today, I had the throwback on, and now
Yep.
I've got the Waffle House on. So let's talk about it. Why don't you tell them where they can find this stuff?
Man, if you go to our Instagram page or I believe Twitter or Facebook, hit the link tree in the bio and you'll see Real Smoke merch. And click on that link. It'll take you right to our store. I think we have like 25 t-shirts now, different designs. Everything from the retro that Charles was wearing earlier to Ed Skeen to Waffle House to the veterans to the We the People. And one of Charles's favorites, the walking HR violation, which is usually me, I think. But yeah, great
Pretty
shirts.
much.
Pretty great designs. Check them out.
Also, go ahead while you're checking things out. Go ahead and check out Smoky and Cigar of the Month Club. For that price right there, you get some awesome stuff. Use code RSNEW and you get a cutter and a lighter with that one. Wrong one, but these are the cigars that's in that pack right there. So go check them out. Of course, we're not supposed to say the things that allows you to do that one, but if you understand what Smoke In is and the Cigar of the Month Club, I'm pretty sure you can figure it out.
Yeah.
If not, Lord help you. Or as they say around here, ain't that sweet? Bless your heart. Ain't that sweet?
Something to that effect, yeah. It's that Southern thing. First time somebody told me to bless my heart, I really thought they were being sweet to me, but
they were.
They weren't. Yeah.
Most definitely were.
I learned. So how would you like round 2 of Mick's Fun Fact of the Day?
Oh, Mick's Fun Fact of the Day. Give me round 2.
Round 2. So you'll probably know this one too, because now that I know that you're weird and know all kinds of crazy stuff.
Let's make that a contest. Do I know?
Do you know your saliva is actually filtered blood?
I did not.
While we think of spit as just a watery lubricant for food, it is biologically a highly processed version of liquid running through your veins. The process, blood flows into your salivary glands. Sorry, I can't even read that.
Salivary.
Thank you. Got it. Salivary glands, where specialized cells act as high-tech filtration systems. They strip away the red blood cells, and most other solid components, leaving behind the plasma. The transformation. That plasma is then enriched with minerals, mucus, and enzymes before being pumped into your mouth as the clear liquid you recognize as spit. Yeah.
That's a little more information than I needed today.
There you go. So there's your fun fact of the day.
All right. So you got a fun fact. I've got something. You got me in check. I've got checkmate.
Okay.
Are you ready for checkmate?
I'm ready.
Chicken flavored chips. My daughter opened it from the bottom of the bag like a lunatic. Heaps of butter on thick bread, and you just get a handful. And you just chuck them on there. Put the lid on, and then smush the hell out of it. Just have a chip sandwich.
You win. I mean, but you're going to need some stripped red blood cells to process that chip sandwich. So, I mean, it kind of.
I'm just saying, maybe a new segment every once in a while. Kiwi cooking with Mark. That is from our brother over in New Zealand, who on the TriStar Herf Tuesday was telling us all about the different things that they like to eat over there, and that is one of the things that they eat: a chicken chip sandwich.
Yeah.
So, Mark, whenever you have all these wonderful things that you're cooking, please be sure to hit us up. We will feature you on your new Cooking with Kiwi Mark, or Kiwi Cooking with Mark.
As we like to say, video that shit and send it our way.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know if I really want to try that. I put sour cream and onion chips on like bologna sandwich or something like that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yep.
Chicken flavored chips on butter.
Butter.
Cold butter.
A lot of cold butter.
Butter. No, just saying. All right. So I do want to say that this is our last show of the year. Before we kick things off, I do want to say thank you to everybody. We have so many Patreon members. And speaking of Patreon members and Mark is now taking over our Discord for our Patreon members. He asked to be a part of that, and we are setting him up as the official administrator to our Discord page. So one of our Patreon members loves the group so much that he wants to take over. So he is officially a part of the Real Smoke podcast in that he is the new administrator for the Discord page, and he's going to get it up and running because that's where we're lacking. But I do want to say thanks to everybody, all of our sponsors. You'll hear them throughout the evening. We want to thank all of our Patreons, and most importantly, we want to thank everybody who tunes in once, twice a week sometimes to hang out with us and enjoy our stuff and comment and send pictures and send goofy stuff like potato chip sandwiches on butter. So huge thanks to everybody.
Yeah, I'll second that. Not much more I can add to it, man. Everybody's been amazing. 2025 was crazy. We've done more shows, and I believe reached more people than we thought we would in this year. And 2026 is going to be a big year. I can't wait to get it started, and we got some big things planned for that as well, including, like Charles mentioned, our Patreon, making a few changes there.
Making a lot of changes.
Making a lot of changes. It's going to be cheaper and better. How can you go wrong? That's what we're going with.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. I do have one last shout out. This is how great this cigar community is. So, Larry Moose won the Ashtray Illuminati giveaway that we did about 2 weeks ago, and I got that all sent out to him. He reaches out to me on Instagram and goes, "Hey man, I'd like to send you some stickers and patches. Love your show. Here you go." You know, so he sent me out this. That's one of the coolest patches I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is. That is awesome. Love that.
And he it's one of the Velcro ones too. You know, you can put on like a tack bag or whatever. So it's great. But man, he wins a prize and he's like, "Let me send you something cool back." So thank you, Larry. Great stuff, and we appreciate you.
All right, so let's get into the cigar that we are smoking tonight. The cigar that we are smoking tonight is brought to you by none other than 13 Knives. Sorry, Beard, but 13 Knives.
Hey guys, this is Robert, 13 Knives. I want to wish Mick and Charles and everybody watching and listening on any platform a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I hope it's spent with family and friends. I hope you get a chance to have a great cigar. I hope you get a chance to just sit and have wonderful conversation and laugh and just enjoy time together, the things that really matter, the things that are important. I hope 2026 is everything you want it to be. I hope you don't forget the important things like family and friends. Just enjoy, take life a little slower, smoke a little more cigars, and enjoy your time. Cheers.
Got to give him a great big cheers. Thank you, brother, for being a part. You're not only a part of our TriStar family, you are an officer in our club, as well as a sponsor on the show and one of the original Patreon members. So we are smoking a great cigar tonight. Mick, tell us about that cigar.
Tonight we are smoking the Ancestry Cigars. I'm sure she'll correct me on this. Hatchiputs. Probably wrong. Wrapper, African Maduro. Binder, Dominican. Filler, Dominican Nicaraguan. Price is right there on the screen. And again, that was brought to you by 13 Knives.
Awesome. And our guest, hello. Quick little sponsorship for Katie right there. Thank you, Mark.
What's up?
Our guest tonight is brought to you by Destination Cigars. Well, let's give them a shout out.
Step into the world of cigars like never before at Destination Cigar Lounge, home of the exclusive Allegory cigar brand. Whether you're kicking back at Governor's Crossing in Sevierville, Tennessee, or soaking up the rich aroma at Almost Havana in Hurricane, West Virginia, every visit is an adventure. From top-tiered cigars to expert recommendations and a laid-back atmosphere, it's the perfect place to relax, connect, and enjoy the craft. If you are looking for bold and unforgettable flavors, escape to the world of Allegory cigars. Kick back with the rich Mexican San Andres Dividend. Enjoy the smooth intrigue of the censored Sumatra, or fire up the bold and flavorful Escape Habano. For more information, you can follow them on Instagram at destination_cigars, or you can explore more by visiting them online at destinationcigarlounge.com or take a journey to one of their 3 locations in West Virginia and Tennessee. No matter where your cigar journey takes you, every blend is an experience worth savoring. Where the road ends, the perfect smoke begins at Destination Cigar Lounge.
You know, there's sometimes when I get to hear some of the ad reads that I get to write, I enjoy some of them. I enjoy that one. It's a little slow, but I enjoy that one.
Heck yeah.
So let's welcome to the stage the one, the only, I hope I pronounce this right because I've listened to it on a couple of different podcasts and they've said it 2 different ways. Enid?
Yes.
Did I get it right?
Me.
All right.
Enid Blanton. All
Yes,
right.
And if I mess up, I'll just say Miss Blanton.
Oh, you're gonna make me feel old.
Nah. Hey, in my industry, the industry that I work in, everybody, and especially where I live, everybody is Miss or Mister.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's the South.
welcome to the show.
Hey guys, how are you?
I'll
Good.
let you
How
go
are you?
ahead and give a brief introduction if you would.
I'm Enid Blanton. I'm the CEO owner of Ancestry Cigars Incorporated, which is right now based in Chicago, Illinois. I'm also a veteran of the United States Air Force, and I'm also a wife, a mother. A lot of you guys have probably seen our son all over social media doing various things. He's home from college, and I mean, what other questions you got? It's me.
That's a great introduction. No, we're excited to have you here. I will first tell you that I'm so you had first reached out to me on social media after you
Mhm.
met Charles on the TPA, I believe,
Yes.
on the monthly thing. So you had reached
Yes.
out to me. So I reached out to Charles immediately. I'm like, who is this? I don't know who this is because I was so confused because he didn't tell me that you were going to be reaching out about being on the show.
Mhm.
And then we
Mhm.
started talking, and it's been great from there. But I was like, who is texting me right now? But no, it's been a pleasure getting to know you a little bit, and we're excited to share your story and your cigars and everything with our followers, and kind of get your brand out there. But as Charles likes to say, we like to take it back a little bit first. So,
Okay,
Charles?
I'm ready. Let's go, Charles. I can't hear him.
That's the second time I've done this today. It's been a long day. Oh my God. This is usually a Mick thing. I'm usually making fun of Mick for this. So anyways, where we usually like to go is like what I told you earlier. First thing I'm going to ask you is tell us about where you grew up. Where did you grow up? What kind of kid was you? What was you into?
I grew up on the southeast side of Chicago, literally by Hyde Park. I literally grew up. Well, right now we would say it's about 10 minutes from where they're building the Obama Center. I went to Catholic school my whole life. I am a product of a school teacher. God rest my mom's soul. She taught for 43 years. My dad drove for CTA, and then when he retired from there, he went over to do school buses on a part-time basis because he didn't want to be at home doing nothing. He's also, I didn't put up the post today, but he's deceased and he's a veteran of World War II and the Korean War. World War II, he was in the Navy, and the Korean War, he was in the Marines.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I come from a family of military. I'm actually the only woman in my family that went into the military. I'm the only woman in my family that went to the Air Force. Period. All of the men in my family, they either did the Marines, the Navy, or they did the Army. So as you all know, it was real interesting when I decided to go into the Air Force.
Oh,
Very,
I'm-
very interesting.
I'm sure they had some fun with that.
Well, my father did not come to my graduation when I graduated
Wow.
from boot camp.
Oh,
When
wow.
he finally did come with my mom down to visit me because I happened to be stationed in Southern Illinois. Why I ended up back home, I don't know. I went TDY a lot. He used to come and visit and say, "You're not in the real branch of service. You are the chair force," as all of my other friends call me. But yeah, I grew up on the south side of Chicago. Grammar schools that I went to. I went to St. Killian's from kindergarten to sixth grade, and then after that, my mom transferred me over because the school was closing, and she taught there. And I did. A lot of people don't know this, but my mother taught me when I was in third grade and sixth grade, and that's probably the reason why I'm not a teacher to this day. And then after I left there, I went to St. Felicitas, and I finished out my seventh and eighth grade year. And then I graduated high school from Maria High School, which they're now a charter school here in Chicago.
So, as somebody who was a product early in school of a private Baptist school, I got to know, Catholic school, you've got to have some interesting stories of growing up in a Catholic school, because I was also, the reason I left and went to a different school is my school closed. It was small enough to where they ran out of enough people to pay for it, and Mick was the same way. So we're all out of that private school aspect.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
so you got to have some interesting stories from Catholic school, because I hear sometimes it's a little rough. I know mine was.
Yeah, it was. I got paddled a couple of times. I was actually an altar server. It has been, it has been on social media on my personal page. The guy that used to train us when we were altar server, he put up a picture. I think I was in like seventh, eighth grade, and I was like, "Are you serious?" So then I shared it in all of America, and everybody else internationally, they saw it. They were like, "You were altar server?" I was like, "Yeah, I was altar server," because my mom and my parents, period, they believe that if you're going to church, you go volunteer, you go do stuff at church, and this is what it is. So yeah, I have very interesting stories. It's amazing to see, especially now that I've been out of high school 27, going on 28 years, that a lot of the nuns I had when I was in high school, they're now dying. So like I'm getting emails, the alumni association. I'm like, I hate to say it, I thought they were already dead because they were old. Was there. So it's like now that they died, I'm like, oh my God, they're really like, I thought you gave it up to ghost years ago. So, and a lot of people don't know I was in marching band at St. Rita High School, which was our brother's school. And I was in marching band and symphonic band. So I played the piccolo, I played the flute, I played the trumpet, and I played the piano. Because growing up, as you guys know, your parents wanted you to be involved in stuff. Like you had to pick up a musical instrument, you had to do Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, you had to do something because you weren't sitting in their house not doing nothing. Because we didn't have access growing up to, internet and all that stuff like the kids have now. So
I think we can all agree very deeply that as much as internet has helped us all grow and what we're doing right now, I'm so glad I did not grow up with that at all times, because I feel like I actually learned so much about life and myself and everything out there by being out there doing stuff and being forced to do stuff at times by my parents. It's something that I feel has been a blessing for sure.
exactly. And I totally agree with that. And I hate to say it, we turned out better than the kids are turned out now because they want to videotape everything. Somebody gets to a fight. Somebody's doing anything. Everything got to be on a video. Imagine growing up how many fights we got into, and imagine if it ended up also.
I would not have the job that I have right now. I would probably be living where I work right now. So it'd be it's not good.
Yeah.
As somebody who, my daily profession deals with kids, and I will say the kids before COVID are completely different than the kids that are now. And the kids before COVID are definitely different than the kids we were. So, it's a different generation. I will say that, growing up in that private school like that, I was the choir boy that got the most beatings from his principal. I mean, I would look for the reasons to get in trouble and then go get in trouble for them. And
so did you laugh when you got paddled?
Once. And then the teacher made a personal phone call to my dad and let him know. And my dad was like, good, he deserved to be paddled. And she said, sir, that's not why I'm calling you. I'm calling because he started snickering when I was paddling him. He said, let him know that he won't snicker tonight.
So imagine going to the school that your mother taught at, and when you got in trouble, they would send a note to her in her room. She would send the note back to the teacher. And then you would end up in the pissy tail boys' bathroom next to her room. And she would paddle you. Imagine that.
Oh, no. No.
You know, so
So,
yeah.
so you said you were into music. Did you get into any sports or anything like that, or did you go
Yeah, I
straight the band
did.
route?
I was in sports. I played basketball, I played volleyball, I ran track, and I played tennis. So I was a very busy,
You were busy. Yeah.
busy child growing up. And a lot of people didn't understand like how I could balance all of that and still sit up there and maintain good grades and everything like that. And it was very hard because like I tell our son, like you talking about it's hard doing the stuff that you're doing now. You don't know what it's like to have to sit up and be in all those activities, school, and do your chores at home. Because back then, especially if you went to a Catholic school or whatever, I the blouses. And my mom used to be like, okay, on Friday, the clothes need to be downstairs. I wash on Saturday, finish up by 12 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. You guys need to be sitting up there ironing, your blouses and everything when we were old enough to iron. So it was really, it was really interesting. That's why when our son says stuff about, oh, I'm tired, like he's home from college right now and he normally works whenever he comes home. And he was like, I just need a break because I've been working ever since sophomore year. My husband, I looked at him like, what? Like, you haven't even been working long enough. So we were like, okay, whatever, you home and you're going back to your allowance. So you're not gonna be able to do all the stuff that you do if you had your own paycheck.
Yeah,
So it's pretty interesting.
and again, back to that technology thing, like we didn't have technology to help us with homework and all that crap. We had to pull out the old encyclopedia or something crazy or the history book to find the answers. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely a different world right now, and a lot of them aren't built the same as we are. That's for sure.
No, they're not. And I tell anybody that's raising kids in this day and age, and I tell my girlfriends that their sons are much younger than mine. I tell them keep a box of wine, your favorite dry wine, because you really have to, as a mother of a son. I hate to say it, we got to get gangster. Sons. It takes a strong woman to be able and to have a strong husband to be able to raise a boy to a young man in this day and age. Yes.
I will agree with that one. It also takes the same. I have two daughters, one who
Oh,
is a teacher
Jesus.
now. I have a 22-year-old or 24-year-old who is a teacher in special education, a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old who is going into high school next year. And then I have a son in the middle of them. So, as somebody who's raising the two adults now, as well as the kid, it takes a strong family just to raise anybody these days because again,
Exactly.
they're not the kids that we were. They don't have the independency that we did. They need more structure than we did.
Hmm. Yeah, and then they want to be grown, but then the whole thing is that when they get grown, like our son is a prime example. Oh, I can't wait till I get grown. I can't wait till I get grown. And now that you have responsibilities, oh, I want to go back to being a kid. No, gee, that's over with. That's over with. It's over with.
Absolutely. Both my daughters, I also have two daughters. Mine are 26 and 22, and both of them have said over the last few years. I mean, I'm pretty proud of them. I mean, they've figured themselves out. They work hard. They really made a life for themselves, and they're doing great. But they've all said, "Man, you were right when you said we should have enjoyed high school and just the times when you were home and didn't have responsibility." And I mean, hell, I'm 46, and I think back to that I should have enjoyed it more when I was there because it's definitely something
Exactly.
you don't think of when you're in that moment.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you 100%. But like I say about our son, we in the sophomore year. We got 2 more years to go. So hopefully he'll get it together. I understand it's
He will.
hard because he's one of those where he's an overachiever and he really pushes himself, which we're very proud of. But I also explain to him, you have to take time to decompress and everything like that as well.
I will say just not tooting your horn anything, but listening to some of your prior podcasts and watching your social media, I would like to say, I wonder where he gets the overachiever status from. Just
I
asking.
don't know. Maybe
We'll
me.
we'll
Maybe
get
his
into
father.
that.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. You know, his father's
So,
an overachiever. He actually just retired last year. He was a building engineer for 32 years. So he
dang.
gets it from his, yeah. When I tell you
All
our
right.
son can do plumbing and electricity, he's good.
Oh, I'd say
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's probably a little both of you, but like Charles said, we'll get to that. So
So
after,
going,
go ahead.
go ahead, Mick. I'll let you lead this one. Go for it, bud.
No, I was just gonna say. So you're getting through school. What made you make the decision to go into the military? Was that your next step, or were you thinking college, or
Yes, it was
what
my
was your
next
thought?
step. In actuality, I was thinking about college, but the reason why I chose not to go to college right away was because I knew I was going to mess up my mom's money. I knew I was going to be partying. So when you know you're going to be partying, your best thing is to, okay, let's think about going into the military. My mother was very upset. Again, I said I came from my mom taught for 43 years, and I come from a family of teachers, doctors, nurses, and everything. So she was very upset because the colleges came in, and I'll never forget my it was 1997, and I was a senior in high school, and I came to her and I told her I don't want
That's
to
the
go to
year I
college.
graduated.
Right? And I
Yeah.
graduated in 98.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
told her that I wanted to, I'm sorry, that's the dog. Say hi to everyone. That's my pug. So I told her that I didn't want to go to college. I wanted to go in the military. So it was a whole big blow up. It was a whole big thing. Are you kidding me? You know, we go to the we sit up and we go to college. And then while you're in college, if you want to join the military, you can. Your uncle did that. Da 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 da. It was a whole big thing. So I stood on how I felt, because again, I didn't want to waste my parents' money, and I knew I would. So I literally, I had like asked everybody, like, what was the Navy like? What was the Coast Guard like? What was the Air Force, the Army, and the Marines? And so, everybody gave me different insights towards them. And then I decided to go in the Air Force. So in 1997, December 1997, I signed my contract. And my mother had to sign because I wasn't 18. So I graduated in May of 1998, and I left to go to the Air Force June 15th of 1998, the next month. Actually, it was less because I graduated May 24th, and then I left June 15th.
So I have two questions. One has nothing to do with what's going on, and one does. The one that has nothing to do with what's going on is I heard the word touchdown. Are we watching the Rams Seahawks game right now?
Yeah, I am. It's on the TV in the house. I'm sorry. I'm a big
Who?
football
No,
person,
I was about to
baseball.
say. No, so are we. So got to ask, who are you pulling for?
The Seahawks, because I need the
Okay.
LA Rams to lose because our Bears need to be in first place because we're gonna win the Super Bowl this year. Yeah, it's our time. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, see, me and Mick differ on every sports team except for football, and we are fighting for last place, hoping that they fire our coach. We're Falcons fans.
I'm sorry.
40
Yeah, we
years
are
of
too.
pain and agony. Yeah, it's the worst
We
decision
are
I ever
too.
made. But I'm diehard. They suck, but I'm diehard.
Well, if it's any consolation, my son's university he goes to, it's literally 5 minutes from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So when I go to
Which
visit,
one?
I see he goes to Morehouse.
Oh, cool, awesome.
So he's literally right down the street from the
He is.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So I see it all the time whenever I'm in Atlanta or
I
flying in or
love that
whatever the
stadium.
case. Yeah, it's beautiful. It really is.
So the question I have that goes along with what we're doing, you joined the Air Force. What was your MOS? What did you go in for?
I was an air emergency equipment inspector.
For
So
the
I worked
people
on the
who I was about to say, for the people who think in 4-year-old language, what is that?
So
That's
basically,
me.
I was the person that would crawl up into the planes. I would crawl up the ladders, and I would hook up devices to check the emergency equipment in the plane. Sometimes I had F-15. Sometimes I had cargo planes. And then when the pilots would take off their flight suits, they would come in because I worked in a hangar. We would put it on a mannequin, blow it up to check their parachutes to make sure there was no holes in their parachutes. If it was something that would be detrimental to them, we would have to take it out of service. And 9 times out of 10, they would cuss you out.
So I know every job in the military is important, but that sounds like that's an important job because I mean, you literally have the pilot's safety in your hands.
Yes, and so one thing I used to say to them, because they would come in and they would be, all narcissists sometimes, very stuck up and everything like that. And by them being officers and you're enlisted, they don't consider you as being on the same level with them. So they would talk crazy, and I would just simply tell them, because mind you, I was the only woman in my flight when I did that job, and I would tell them like, "You want to live or die today," and they would leave me alone. you know, Either you can die today or whenever you going back out, you can die. But if you want to live or die, if I was you, I would, act like you got some sense. And they would leave me
Yeah,
alone.
I would
Love
say
it.
if you told me that, I would give you a salute and say yes, ma'am.
They would leave me alone. And a lot of them, when I was in, we became friends. I have seen some since I've been out, because I only did 3 years and got medically discharged because I got hurt. And they test you to see, like, do you have a backbone? Are you gonna sit up and are you gonna let me talk to you any old kind of way? And you have to show them, just because I'm enlisted, I have a backbone. It doesn't matter, because when it's all said and done, we all have to come together as one when it comes time for war. We can't be individually, we come together as a collective team. So yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure it was the same for you. I don't talk about my career on here much. It's just something I don't do until I get retired, which will be in another like 4 years, 5 years,
You got
I guess.
four. What branches are you in the Army?
I'm not in the service. I work for the government, but I don't really
yeah.
talk. I don't really talk about it much on here. But
You got a lot.
I,
Yeah, you got a long time, sir.
I got a little time left. I got about 5 years left. But I know, I'm sure it was the same for you when you find that you find that one liner that you can come back at guys like that with, when you're with the ones that are above you. You kind of stick with that your whole career and you make it your thing because you're like, this is what I'm here for.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So your time in the military, the 3 years that you served, looking back at it, is there anything or any incident or anything that happened that you look back on and be like, that's something that changed the direction that I was going in, or something that impacted me, something that meant a lot to you?
Yeah, I do. A lot of people, people, if you see me on other podcasts, I talk about that I have PTSD with adjustment disorder. So, as a disabled vet, that's one of the things that I'm real big on supporting. I'm real big on helping veterans and everything. So, I experienced something in the military that really helped, basically diagnose me to this day. And when I look back on it, I say to myself, could I have did something differently and that wouldn't have happened, or would that still have happened? And I believe it still would have happened, because what people don't understand is, when I went in and back in the late 90s, they really, people really don't respect women, didn't respect women in the military like they do now. So things were happening. It was a thing where, okay, yeah, it happened to you, but so what? We don't give a damn. That's basically how they were. So if I could change anything, it would have been that one thing that I experienced. And like I said, if I wouldn't have got hurt, I would have stayed in for the full 20 years, probably 25.
Nice. So leaving the military, where did you go from there?
So when I left the military, I decided that I wanted to go to college, and then I ended up majoring in culinary arts. So my first degree is in culinary arts and baking and pastry arts. I decided to go be a freaking chef. Why? I don't know. It's just something
All
to
right.
do.
So Chef
And
Blanton,
yes,
I would love to. I need your expert. I need you to be the Gordon Ramsay on the dish that we experienced earlier.
that was some
I saw.
nasty ass shit. And did you see my face when I was sitting up
I
there,
did. I was about to
turning
say
my
that. I
face
saw
up
your
like, who
face.
eats some shit like that? Yeah, that shit was nasty. I'm sorry if I'm not supposed to curse.
Oh, you're wide open. This
Yep,
is
wide
all
open.
you.
Have fun.
So, like I said, I just needed you to channel Gordon Ramsay right now and just let Chef Mark know his
That's
famous
some
dish.
nasty fucking shit. And I'm happy that I live in the United States and we eat what the fuck we eat. Who fucking puts butter on 2 pieces of white bread and takes some chicken flavored chips and put that shit on there? That was fucking nasty. Next.
Thank you, Chef Blanton.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
And this is exactly why we do this show every week.
Fucking nasty. Like for real, I wouldn't even let nobody I eat like that. Come on now. Mm-mm. Not at all.
Stay tuned for more episodes of Cooking with Mark.
Mark, don't ever do that. Mark, show us prime rib, leg of lamb, pork shoulder, anything. Don't let us see that again, okay? We love you, Mark. Smooches.
My eyes are watering. That was phenomenal.
She just closed that one out with smooches. Love it.
Good. So good.
Fucking nasty. Like who eats that?
I watched
he
that
drink a
video
glass
like
of milk
4
with it?
times. I watched that video like 4 times. I was like, what is he eating? So me and the wife, our 30-year anniversary is coming up next year, and we're actually talking about making a trip over to see Mark and Laura. We love Mark and Laura. They were here and visited the United States a couple months ago, and we'd like to see New Zealand. But after seeing the chip sandwich, I don't know. We're kind of rethinking it. I don't know. I'm
good. I'm gonna skip New Zealand. I'll go anyplace else, but I'm gonna skip there.
So, working as a chef and going into the culinary field, the culinary arts is something that's a passion of mine. I love doing stuff that's food related. How long did you stick with that? Is that kind of what you're still into, or
no? So I did that. My last job in the culinary industry was I literally was a kitchen manager for Applebee's, and then I find out that I was pregnant with my son, and they did not want to accommodate, my work schedule, and I couldn't work as long, so I ended up quitting. So I can leave and make sure everything was good with my son, carrying him, delivery, and everything like that. So after I have my son, I decide, what do I want to do with myself now? So I decided to apply for the post office, and I ended up becoming a postal inspector. That's what I did in the craft.
You worked for the OIG?
Yes, I did, and I did it in the craft. But it's only so much I can say.
I get it.
My
wife is a postmaster, and she does a lot with the OIG, doing mail order, let's just say drugs and things like that, theft.
Yes.
It's more around here is drugs, but she works a lot with the office, and so some of the stories are interesting.
Yes.
But wow. Okay, so you worked for...
And I did international mail, so I was a postal inspector in the craft, which I can sit up next to you and watch you steal.
That's awesome.
That's what I did.
All right, so how long did you stay in that? I'm just saying.
So
what you were talking about your son being an overachiever. We're on job what now? And you're succeeding in all of these?
I'm
just saying.
I know. So then I stayed with them for 13 years. So let me explain that. So when I was with them, I ended up getting hurt again because, like I told you, as part of my job, I worked with people who were in the craft. They were clerks, mail handlers, or whatever, and I watched them steal. So I would have to learn their job. They would send me to different areas in international mail and everything like that. So this one particular time, I was working on this big machine on the inside, and the mail handlers were responsible for putting the boxes flat on the belt. And they did not put it flat on the belts. They doubled the boxes on top. So it was either I try to catch the box or fall down 15 steel stairs. I caught the box. My hand went back and I broke a portion of my forearm bone in my left hand, which means I had to have surgery and I was off for numerous of years. And then they settled and they said, guess what? You can't come back because you sued us. They basically retired me at 39 years old.
Oh,
Yes.
thank
Yes.
USPS.
Yes. They
Awesome.
retired me at
Good job.
39 and I'm now 45. And at 39 years old, I decided, what am I going to do next? So that's how the cigars came about.
Oh, so now we're going into cigars.
Here we are.
Mhm.
Here we are. So let's go into cigars. Before you actually started the brand, when was it that you got into cigars?
So my husband had been smoking for 30 some years. And like I said, he was in a union. They would have union meetings at the at the cigar lounges or whatever. And he would go and leave me. And I'd be like, well, what are you guys doing? Y'all there like 4 or 5 hours and stuff. I mean, what the hell? A union meeting only supposed to last an hour. What the hell? He's like, oh, we smoke cigars, we're chilling and everything like that, drinking whiskey and all that, just talking about our day. And I was like, well, I'm kind of sort of, could you teach me how to smoke cigars? And he was like, yeah, sure, I'll teach you how to smoke cigars. So he started taking me to the cigar lounges with him, introducing me to cigars. I'll never forget the first cigar I believe he gave me was an acid. I think it was the Blondie. I think that's what it was. I'm not sure because I've been smoking now, 14 years. So he gave me that, and that started the path of me smoking. So I
So
would
what
go
was he
in.
into? So what was the cigars that he was into at that time?
Oh, at that time he smokes Maduro, so he smokes real strong. Like,
Okay.
and back then it wasn't as many brands as it is out now. So, he was smoking the Olivas, AJ Fernandez, because actually his favorite cigar is the New World. He was
Love
smoking
that cigar.
that, some Padrones, Palencias. He was smoking all of those. So when he would take me in the lounges, I would talk to the people who worked in the humidor and everything. And I'd be like, there are women brands out there. And they were like, oh, women don't get into this. Blase, it's a whole big thing. And I was like, women in everything, trust me. They in it. And you all just not carrying the brands. And that's how Ancestry Cigars kicked off.
So when you look at the cigars, you said you started with a Blondie. That when it comes to a cigar lounge, and even to today, it's getting a little bit less. But a cigar lounge, employee or owner, the first thing that they want to offer a female is, here, take this sweet cigar.
Or
I will tell you
Exactly.
this,
Yep.
or a flavored cigar.
Mhm.
My wife, her first cigar was a Liga 9,
But that's
and
strong. That was one of my
yeah,
favorites.
that's what she started with, and she's never looked back. So
Hmm.
you said you started with a Blondie. What is the
Hmm.
cigar that you had that made you finally go, wow, I like cigars?
It was a Palencia, and it was the gold and black one that I had that made me realize that I love this. This is what I enjoy. I got the concept from my husband of why he would come home, relax, and they would have like some whiskey or some bourbon or something like that. And then also in his union, a lot of people don't know that it is women building engineers. And so when we would go, he would go to his union meetings, it would be women there. And sometimes, they would be drinking the whiskey or the bourbon, or they would be having a glass of wine with their cigar or something like that. And they would always, because I've always been a wine drinker. I drink a lot of dry wines like Cabernet Sauvignons, red blends, stuff like that.
Now we're talking.
So yeah,
That's one of my favorites too.
I,
There's nothing better than a
mm,
Maduro and a good Cab Sauv. There's nothing better than that. Amazing.
When I smoke my cigars, I always like to do a dry wine when I'm doing that because I stay away from the dark liquor because I was diabetic, but I'm not diabetic anymore. So I try to balance that so I won't end up having to go back down that route like I went for the past couple of years. And then after that, it was like, I'm not going to let you guys keep sitting up telling me that women don't get into this industry because they do. And
So I
I'm
would like
listening.
to, I would like to say, you know, when your husband was smoking cigars and you were kind of getting into him, but did he have his own humidor where he had his own cigars?
Yeah, but now we share a humidor. We share a
I was about to
1200
say,
count
I
one.
would love to know because it's always something funny. We always like to ask the husband or the guy is like, when was the moment that you realized this is no longer your humidor, it's our humidor?
Let me say
Because
this. He had a small humidor. I'm the one that convinced to buy the 1200 count humidor. You
nice.
have your side, I have my side. And then when we get cigars in from the distributor, we put what's for our personal use in the bottom of it.
And see, it's kind of the same thing because when I was getting into cigars, one Christmas is many years ago, my wife bought me like an 800 count stand up humidor,
Hmm.
and it was like, oh wow, that's going to be cool. She's like, you'll never fill this up.
You
Within a
will.
year, she started smoking cigars, and I remember her buying me another humidor
Hmm.
to put with it, and I was like, oh wow, you got me that, and she's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I got you that. Next thing I
Yeah.
know, that's her humidor.
Yep. Exactly. Because we take over everything.
But
No,
I will say it's a great thing. You know, there's many times where a guy or a wife will be like, you don't want your significant other to be involved in that thing that you're doing.
Hmm.
But being able to come out here, especially when it's good weather, because I'm outside right now, for her to
Okay.
come out here, sit with us, and she grabs her cigar, I grab mine, and we just sit back and chill together with a cigar. No
Yes.
kids around, no movies
Exactly.
around. We can either sit and talk, we can read a book, we can be on our phone, but we're sitting there
Hmm.
together just enjoying the cigar.
Exactly. Exactly. I agree with you 100%. One of the things that I enjoy, because with my husband, because I don't know if you guys pay attention to my social media, but I golf too. So he golfs, but he doesn't golf as much as I do. I'm like a golf head. It's real serious, you know. Like when I go to Florida in February, my golf clubs will go with me and I will be golfing. And I take the cigars on the golf course. It relaxes me and everything. And then sometimes he'll go out there with me and he'll just ride around and drive me around in the cart while I'm playing with my friends and stuff like that. And we share moments and everything. Because actually, when I got my first birdie this year, he was there and we had a
oh yeah,
cigar, afterwards. And I was like, "Shit, what's up? Let's go."
that, that's awesome. Yeah, you,
So
you
yeah.
can't go to Florida without. I'm not a huge golfer, but I do enjoy it. You can't go to Florida without playing around the golf. You just can't.
Oh,
That's a
I
good time.
am. Trust me. I'm gonna get it in. As
Heck
they
yeah,
say, I will get it in. So
absolutely.
yes.
So cigars. So you're smoking. You're learning what you like. You're going through. What was that moment where you're like, I'm fucking doing this. I'm doing my own brand. Or did it come to you, or did it was it one of those things that over time you're just like, you know what, I want to do something of my own?
It came to me, I want to say like in 2018, when I finally, like my husband and I, we sat down and had a conversation. I said, I'm tired of hearing people say that it's not women brand. So then I started researching and I found Karen out there. And then I found, a little smaller women brands. And I'm like, wow, it really isn't a lot of us. So I'm like, well, maybe it's time to kick in the door and start a movement where more women are coming in to produce cigars and showing, that, we basically know just as much as the men know when it comes to cigars. But let me say this. Nobody knows everything about cigars. You're always going to be constantly learning about cigars. Even though I produce cigars, it's always something new that I'm learning, especially with our new blender, as you all are going to probably get to that in this discussion. We are, you have to always, see what's out there, when you need to add something else into your portfolio for your cigars. And it's one of my famous quotes that I always say, I am running a marathon. I'm not running a race with the business. And the business has now been around 5 going into year 6.
So when you go into and you're starting to come up with this brand? Was there you started you talked about Karen Berger. Who were some of the female brand owners that either you looked up to, maybe even reached out to, kind of talked with about getting started? Who were some of the people that
Um,
were kind of like your mentors in this?
so it's funny because a lot of my mentors were men. I would talk to the women when I would be at events and everything. If they came to Chicago, I would make sure I went and saw them and paid homage and respect to them for them opening up doors for me to be able to get into. Karen, she's a beautiful person. A lot of people, I've met her here physically in Chicago. I went when she came here one time, and I've also met her at various places throughout the United States. Then Desiree with Drunken Chickens. She's an excellent person as well. We sat down and talked. And when I told her this is what I was going to do, she was like, "Come on, what are you waiting for? You know, do your research. Keep learning and everything like that." And you know,
And
And just like
okay,
that, episode 59.
did something
Oh,
crazy right fast.
there
Well,
you're
Did something
back.
crazy. Yeah, I'm back. It did something crazy. So it's more men that have mentored me than it has been women. I can honestly say that.
yeah, we actually we try to do a women's month every year. We did
Mhm.
last year. We did 2 female master distillers. We did Alex Castle and Devin Walden, and then on the
Mhm.
cigar side, we did Drunken Chicken. Who did I just say? I just lost my
Mhm.
train of thought. Come on, help me. Thank
Desiree
you,
with drunken
Desiree.
chickens. Yeah.
Desiree, I could not remember her name.
Desiree and
we-
Chantel.
and yes, no, we did Sin Coburn, didn't we?
Mm.
Yeah, it was Sin Coburn.
Sin Coburn. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So we try to do a women's month because you're right. I mean, it needs to be represented, and it's we both have daughters, so we love that female empowerment thing, and we try to promote it as much as we can. So whenever we can have a female brand owner on like yourself, it's always an honor to have them on.
Yes. Thank you.
So you talked about the female, but you said a lot of the people that you kind of had as mentors were males.
Correct.
If looking back, who would you say was the big the person that kind of led you in the right direction the most?
Ish, the person I'm working with now.
Nice.
Because I had to go through a few in order to get to the right one. I can honestly say that.
So let's go into the few. Obviously, you're with Ish now,
Hmm.
and we've had Ish on our show. We've been on the Cigar Dudes podcast with Ish. What was some of your experiences like breaking into the industry with some of your first factories and brands or brand owners, I guess, or factory owners that you worked with? What were some of those experiences like?
They were good experiences, but then as it got further on down the line, they did. How can I put this? They thought I was stupid. Let me say that. And I think they took advantage of me because I was a woman, I was learning. And I don't think it doesn't have anything to do whether or not you're a woman or a man. Some of them just shows to you don't really know this industry you're learning. And I feel as though that I can do, play you for a fool, basically. And that's basically how it happened.
And
And how, I'm
unfortunately, I say that happens in a lot of industries when it comes
exactly.
to an industry that is predominantly male oriented, and
Mhm.
a strong female powerhouse comes in and wants to make her name known. They kind of try to shut that down.
One thing they have to understand is it's certain females that you can do that to, but females that have been in the military, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's not going to work out well for you because we know we have been trained how to deal with men. Because let's be clear, a lot of times in the military, I don't care what your job is, you can be the only woman in that job. it's more men in the military than it is women. So with that being said, they don't understand the concept that women who have been in the military, our mentality is different because we know how to deal with men and basically how men get down. Because when you're in that type of military environment, the men treat you like one of the guys. They don't have any filters. They'll say shit. You just have to deal with it. But they did not understand, like, you might be telling me 1+1 =2, but then I'm taking it a step further and I'm like, okay, 2+2 =4. So let me go over your head and find out if what you're telling me is really the truth or if you're just trying to get over on me.
Yeah, that's
And
what I was just.
that's what I experienced.
I was just gonna say the same thing. Like, I would imagine there was a lot of it where they're trying to take you for a fool, not knowing enough about the industry, and you're just trying to create something that you can put your name on and be proud of. So,
Exactly. Exactly. That's basically what happened.
So, all right. So, you made it through a few of those companies. How did you get to where you are today? How did you get to Ish? I mean, obviously we know Ish. Ish is a character, to say the least. I know he has his hands in a lot of things, but Ish definitely makes some great cigars. So, like, tell us how did you meet Ish, or do you seek him out, or did it just kind of happen?
So what happened was Ish and I actually met when we were both part of the BCA years back when they did the big boutique thing in Indiana. So we pretty much like talked back then. So to bring this merger to not merger together, but us start working together, I have to give Ronnie his props. Ronnie was the one because Ronnie's here in Illinois. So Ronnie was the one that was in the background. It was like, hey, E, I think, have you ever thought about working with Ish? You've had some bad people that have, kind of sort of messed up the brand. Why don't you get with Ish and he starts creating your blends. So I was like, okay, all right. At me, when you come to me with something like that, I'm like, all right, whatever. We'll see what happens. So then the Chicago Pipe Show, I want to say earlier this year, Ronnie had been talking to me leading up to, he's like, Ish is going to be here. You need to sit down and have a conversation with him. I already talked to him. So he's just basically waiting for you to have a conversation. So leading up to that, I reached out. Ronnie sent me his phone number. He was like, hey, he's waiting for you to call him, reach out to him or whatever. So I reached out to him. We talked over the phone. And then after we talked over the phone, when he came here last May, we sat down and we talked and we formed a partnership. And we went from there. And then a couple of weeks later, I was at his house creating 30 blends.
Oh wow! So when you were going back a couple of steps, I do want to know. I'm looking at the logo that you have on your shirt as well as the logo that's on the cigars. I will say, as somebody who loves artwork, Mick's someone who loves artwork, I love the fact that I love the logo that you have on there. One, I want to know how did the name Ancestry Cigars come about, and the logo that you have. Where did you come up with that one?
Okay, so Ancestry Cigars came about when I first started the business. At that time, it was to honor my grandmother that died in 2018, and then it was to honor my father that died in 2019, and then 2021 comes and my mom dies, and it actually honors all three of them. If you look closely at the logo, a lot of people don't know that African Americans, before we picked cotton, we were picking tobacco. The reason why the plantation people switched to cotton was because it was more profitable and they didn't have to worry about the soil being a certain way, killing off soil in order to plant. As you know, when you go to the factories, certain areas for the cigar factories, they do not they harvest it and they don't plant on it until the following year. So that's what the logo represents. Then if you look closely in the logo, because I don't know if you guys can see it closely, it represents right in here the chains of bondage that our ancestors experienced when they were in slavery.
Nice.
So that's the reason why I chose my logo.
Very cool.
I love the layout that you have on the logo. It's something that just looking at it on the shirt, imagining it like on a shirt, on a hat, it would really stand out. Something that, I'm a hat guy, I'm a t-shirt guy, would
I got
love
a
to
lot of
wear
stuff.
because
As they
yeah,
say, I'm
because
actually working with the guy he's gonna he prints shirts, he does embroidery and all that, and he's gonna create a separate part of his website. We're gonna work on it during Christmas, and you'll be able to order ancestry stuff straight from there. Certain things, stuff that's exclusive to myself and my board members, we are not gonna put that up there.
so I was on the podcast that Cigar Dudes did with you and Ish. You were down there for like 4 days. I think it was the last day that you were there. You seemed just completely burnt out of tobacco.
I was.
You had you talked about you had so many cigars that day that you were high as a kite from the nicotine.
Was. Was. I was
So
high as a kite.
no, I the funny thing is I know Mick loves red wine. I know Ish loves red wine. Now knowing that you love red wine,
Mhm.
tell me how that experience went when you went down there with Ish. There's got to be a lot of cigars going. There's got to be a lot of red wine going. It's got to be an experience in itself.
It was an experience that I have never experienced before in the 6 years that the business is been open. We were up working at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I call him the mad scientist. I don't see how he does it. I don't see how you can sit up and you can literally be up to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You go lay down maybe 2, 3 hours, you back up and you working like, you slept 12 to 14 hours. I don't see how he does it. But also, we have to understand that Ish has military training too, so he's used to sleep deprivation. As I'm used to it as well, but I train my body to get out of it. So I was like, by the last day when you saw me on the podcast, we were still working that night. Like literally, he was doing a podcast and we were working. I was on a podcast with him and we were working. He was like rolling stuff. He was making stuff up. So when the podcast was over with, he had to roll up the samples because he pretty much, when we talked on the phone, he pretty much picked my brain and he had the 30 blends that he wanted me to experience, and it was a thing where I've never seen no shit like this before in my freaking life. I mean, so we had conversations on the phone. We started our conversations here in Chicago, and then you like kept picking my brain and picking my brain to see, okay, she'll probably like this, she'll probably like that, she'll like this. It was really crazy. And when I got back home, I think I slept for like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah,
That's how crazy it was.
I don't know if I could keep up for a weekend. I know when John Aldi went down for the opening of Ish's Lounge, they talked about it. They're like, you can't keep up with this guy. It's just all over the place. But I do know we firsthand experienced some of the madness of Ish with we also did the AI versus Ish thing on Cigar Dudes.
Oh, yeah, I was on there when y'all did that. That was funny.
It was crazy, and we were all kind of blown away. I mean, and I was pretty proud. Charles and I both hit a lot of the same notes, and we did pretty well on it. But I was like, man, this guy came up with all of this. It's just crazy. He's definitely a mad scientist.
Yes, he really is.
So what? So did you go into it? I guess I don't know. I guess kind of backing up a little. Did you go into it with Ish, especially looking for something in particular? Or did you let him kind of, after you started working with him, let him kind of take the wheel on the flavor profiles or what you were looking for?
I let him take the wheel
Okay.
because I still feel as though that I'm learning and it's a lot to learn. Since I've been with him, I'm actually working on my tobacconist license. And then the next thing, he did start working with me when I was down there on rolling. So the next thing is that we will be working on in 2026, rolling extensively as well as producing more cigars. So yeah, I let him take the wheel. I trust his opinion greatly, deeply. I trust him so much that he does the distribution for our cigars now. I no longer, and I understand everybody had been used to so many years. Oh, she got cigars. I can come to her. She probably got them in the trunk of her car in a humidor or whatever. I have no cigars in my house. You must go to the website and order the cigars. Cigars
All
I
right.
have in my house is for my personal use and my husband's personal use of our brand.
So when you started the brand, you actually came out with 3 different blends.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sure did.
the blends that you came out with, the names that you came out with for them, I mean, you can go into that, but are these blends going away or are they
They're
being
gone.
revamped? Okay, they're completely gone.
They're
So they're
completely
not
gone. We completely started from scratch.
so all the blends coming forward are going to have new names, new blends, new everything.
Correct.
All
Yes,
right, so let's
correct.
go into what you have. Um, well, first, what were the 3 blends that you had? Because they actually had some meaning behind them.
So we had the almond, we had the Horus, and then we had the Hector. So all of my cigars are either named after Egyptian gods or goddesses. Like Hatshepsut she was the first female pharaoh. And she also led, she was real big in leading militaries and everything like that to basically to be successful. Her stepson, when she was dying, came and he took over and he wiped out everything. It's very little stuff that you can find, statues and everything about her. The next cigar that's probably going to come out on my birthday, her name is Nandi. As you can see in the back, I don't know if you can see her. She's in the back right there. Yeah, she comes out on my birthday, February 13th of 2026. So Nandi was Shaka Zulu's mother because right now I'm in the process of doing a 5 pack of Egyptian queens and everything like that, so that we can name it the Egyptian Queen 5 pack.
So that's kind of what I was getting at was you had all these the names of the original 3 that came out. I was
Mhm.
wondering if you were going to recycle the names with a new blend because
I will.
the
Yeah, probably in
the name
2027.
oh, that's awesome because the names and the history behind them have a lot of meaning. So I was hoping that you wouldn't give up on the names that you chosen. You would just reblend them to be something better.
Yeah, so that one, the men's, we're thinking about, well, we're talking about doing a men's 5 pack in 2027, finishing the women out this year, and then we'll go over to do the men in 2027. We'll start bringing those names back.
I don't want to leak anything that's not been produced yet, but you're talking about the men and the women. You've already talked about the one that's behind you right now. What are some of the women's names? The pharaohs or the what would be the female version of a pharaoh? The Pharisee?
Yeah, you could call them the
Okay.
Pharisees. But
So
actually,
so
Hatshepsut,
what
they consider her as being a pharaoh because she would switch over and she would dress as a man. That's how she would
really?
consider. Yeah, if you look up her history, she would
Nice.
sometimes switch over and she would look like a man to sit up there and throw the other militaries off when they were fighting.
So if you think about a male 5 pack, you don't have to give all of them, but what would be some of the names that you would drop on the male? Would you do Shaka? Really? That would be
Yep.
awesome.
So
That would be awesome.
Shaka is one of them that I'm playing around with. And I'm still trying to figure out what the other 4 names are going to be. I can tell you that Amun will be in that pack. I am going to bring that
Okay.
name back. I'm still Ethan
Nice.
and Horace. I'm still playing with them to see if I'm going to bring them back.
So
Um,
sorry.
yes, that's okay.
No, sorry. I was going to kind of jump in on that. So on the 5 pack, do you have a thought on? Are you looking at doing more, like keeping them in like the Habano, Maduro, Connecticut? Are you going to have kind of as a 5 pack? You probably want to have some diversity in there, right?
Yeah, we're going to have some diversity in that pack. Because when I'm doing my cigars, I don't only think of what I like, I think about what the public likes. Because everybody doesn't like Habanos, everybody don't like Maduros, everybody don't like Connecticut's. So you want to put something in there that's a variety for them. Everybody don't like Robustos, everybody don't like Churchills, everybody doesn't like Lanceros. So you have to put a variety of stuff in there for everybody that everybody will be interested in. I see one comment,
Yep, there we
Candelas.
go.
Yeah, I like Candelas, but my biggest thing is are the Candelas gonna sell? That's my biggest thing
Mm.
because
It to me,
everybody
it's
don't
like
like
a
them.
Lancero. The
Yeah.
Lancero is the most popular cigar that never sells.
hmm Well,
Everybody wants it, nobody buys it.
exactly, exactly. So we shall see.
So cool. Um, so going into you started talking about 27. We're coming up on 26. You're I'm not saying that you're rebranding, but you're relaunching pretty much because you took a
Mhm.
year off. You
I
had
did.
some personal things that you had to take some time off for.
Yes,
You
correct.
wanted to be a mom. You wanted to figure things out. So 2025 has kind of been like a rebrand or a relaunch. 2026 is going to be full force, Ancestry Cigars. So
Crazy.
looking into 2026, what do you have coming up? What are you looking forward to for 2026? I see those eyes.
2026 schedule right now is starting to look crazy. A lot of the stuff that I'm stepping into doing, I am like opening myself up, and I'm anybody that knows me, I open myself up to a certain extent, but I'm very much a closed off person. So now I'm starting to do things that are on the agenda is starting to go and do more cut lights, but I'm scaling them back to making them simpler. One of the concepts that we're floating around is really taking our cutting lights maybe to an afternoon daytime session instead of having the traditional night ones, because you have a lot of retirees, you have a lot of business people that come in the lounges during the day, and they basically get shortchanged when it comes time to the cutting lights, because a lot of them, they're gone from the lounge by 5 o'clock and they're at home with their families and everything like that. So that's one of the things that I am looking to like add to our portfolio, where we might do a cutting light from like 12 to 3 or 12 to 4, so that our daytime people can be incorporated in it as well. Another thing for 2026 that I am going to be doing is probably you will see less of me and more reps to rep the brand, and to basically make sure that it's in the locations and people find out about it. Another thing, like I told you guys about the distribution, I could not focus in on everything, so I had to move that over to somebody else, to Ish's company, so I can make sure it gets out, because it got to the point where I was trying to juggle too much, and sometimes it would be 2 or 3 weeks before orders were getting out, and I didn't want it to be that way anymore. So, and then like me coming out more. Vegas is on the list. What else did we put on the list for next year? We put Atlanta, have some stuff, Phoenix, Arizona, that's on tap for next year. So we're slowly getting back out there. But I don't want to. I've actually, because at one point in time, before I made the change and I took the year off, I had about roughly in a portfolio 100 lounges, and I scaled those all back as well. And I'm going state by state, like Illinois, only 2 lounges. I'm going to let them be carried in. And then Indiana is going to be 2 lounges. So I'm really limiting the amount of lounges per state that will be carried in to at the most 4, because it'll be easier on me, it'll be easier on the team, it'll be easier on everybody if we don't have like 10 to 20 lounges in a state.
So you're looking at more quality over quantity. You don't want to
Exactly.
be in every lounge. You want to be in the lounges that sell.
Exactly.
So
Totally
we're
agree with
going
that.
into the cigars that you have. We are enjoying this one, or we did. I did. Mick hasn't had the chance to smoke it. So give us. I know Mick gave his Mick version of the name. So let's talk about that cigar and the meaning behind the name, coming up with that blend. How did that happen?
So basically coming up with that blend, only thing you guys know about in that blend is only 2 tobaccos. It's actually 5. I just choose not to reveal all 5. I will give you one more that's in that blend. I'll let you guess one more that you think is in that blend. What else do you think is in that blend of that
Well,
cigar?
I unfortunately have not smoked it
I've not
yet.
smoked
So,
it.
yep.
So what
I
else do
hate
you
this.
think is
I
in it?
absolutely hate this. So, Charles, what do you got?
Let's see. It's gonna have. Does it have anything from Ecuador in it?
Nope.
No. Okay. So, nothing. Anything from the U.S. in it? I'm lost. Got nothing.
I can tell you the ones that we do not disclose are 3 exotic blends that you don't find too much that
Peru.
people play with. Nope.
Okay. I'm done. Got nothing.
No. I can tell you that one of those tobaccos in there is Transylvania.
No shit.
Mhm.
All right.
I had a gut feeling I was going to throw that out there, but I didn't smoke it, so I can't jump into this conversation.
One of them is Transylvania.
I should have known with Ish
With
that it
Ish.
was going to be
Yep.
something that was completely off the freaking wall.
Yep. Yeah.
So we
Mhm.
actually had this conversation with him about Transylvania's tobacco. So
Now you got to smoke
okay.
it.
Yep.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then there's 2 other exotic ones in there that I'm not going to tell you what those are, but 3 of
I
the
got it.
tobaccos.
Yeah, the
It's
blood of
still
Vlad,
Cigar.
right, has Transylvanian in it as well.
It
I
does.
believe. Yep.
So pronounce the name for us and tell us
Hatsapu.
where. Say it again.
Hatsapu.
Okay. So what is the name representing?
So basically, it's main. She represents that's especially that cigar. It represents our military force, the militaries that she led,
Very
Okay.
the
cool. Yeah,
victory.
I butchered that terribly in the start. So yeah, cool.
Well, I call her Hat. So,
That's
like, when you hear me talk to a lot of people, and I'm like out somewhere, they have a problem saying the name, and I just be like, call her Hat.
I like it.
got
Wish
it.
I'd known that sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So go ahead, Mick.
no, man, I was just gonna say. So we're that's kind of we got through the cigar thing. What I guess we talked about kind of what's coming next. Is there anything else coming that you're working on for 2026 that we need to know about, or is there?
See, that's where I was going. I was gonna say, what are you most excited for next year?
Yeah.
You know
Same thought.
what? I am most excited about finally getting back on the road the right way. Because, like, Ish just came in and he's trimmed a lot of stuff back that I was doing. He was like, no, let's pivot this way and everything like that because it's going to be more profitable and you're going to be more in the black, than in the red. I'm excited for an actuality for what's to come because we have gotten excellent feedback ever since we went over to be under his umbrella. I mean, the feedback has been amazing. The cigars, he's going, as the distribution company, send them out there, going through them. And he's gotten excellent. He's gotten excellent feedback. I've gotten excellent feedback. Um, and then also too, I don't know if you guys know, but he just won Cigar of the Year with Whiskey Network. Well, back in 2023, I won it too, so we kind of sort of share that now, which is I think is really cool, especially if you have a blender that you work with, they win it after you won it, or vice versa.
Yeah.
2026, I mean, like it's rolling in so fast, and so many people are asking me to do so much. It's like, do I say yes or do I say no? How do I go about this and everything like that? So we shall see. We're actually working on the construction of the boxes right now. So I'm trying to decide which design we're gonna go for with the boxes, but they're not gonna be wood, and I can tell you they're gonna be cardboard, so it can be more shelf space for the lounges. The lounges, at least for the first quarter, they're gonna be getting their shipments in bundles, which they're cool about because they like it'll be a breeze for us. We don't have to worry about that much shelf space. Drop it in the tray and keep it moving. So you will see me. I will be spending a lot of time back and forth to Florida because there's a lot of stuff I have to work with him on. And, that's about it. We're still working on 2026. Who knows what might pop up for 2026?
I love it. Yeah, I was gonna say like we love hearing these stories and all the backstories and everything leading up to it. And I will say though, the one thing that stands out to me, and it's over and over, all the brands that we've had a handful of brands on here that Ish has made their cigars and kind of become a part of their family and kind of been a part of, their brand and getting them out there. And it blows my mind that he has that much time, like 120 some brands, and it seems like he's literally invested in all of them. Like truly, it's not like he's just trying to put a product out there. So I'm super impressed by that. You're like probably the fifth person that's had the same things to say that he's really helped you turn things around on where you're heading and what you're looking forward to.
Yeah, because with him, and I have to be totally transparent. He is really about you learning this process. He doesn't want you to go into a process like a lot of factories. If you say I want 1,000 cigars, they'll go ahead and they'll be like, okay, here's 1,000. No, he wants you to start off small and then work your way up, and that's an awesome thing that I like about him. Because sometimes what if the blend doesn't do well, and you sitting up there and you stuck with 1,000 cigars, or you stuck with, let's say, 500 of that blend left. At least the path that he takes, that it's easier to do it this way, and then keep adding on as you go. Because like I said, now we've only used 2 of the 30 blends. So I still have 28 left to go.
You have enough blends to last you for the next few years.
I do. And he
That's
knows
awesome.
what's in every one of them. Every one of them, he
I have
knows
no
what's
doubt.
in there. I can say, okay, well, like when we were making a new one that's getting ready to come out, he was like, okay, you got what blend number do you want to go to? And I'm like, okay, well, whatever, just pick a blend out of what we have. And he picked what was
So
out of there.
the next one that you have coming out, are you willing to drop the name of that one?
It's Nandi, but we're
Nandi,
still,
okay.
yeah, working on some stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna do her in a Lancero. I don't know if she's gonna be a Robusto. I don't know if she's gonna look like Hatsapu. Because if you've seen
I'm just saying,
Hatsapu,
if she was a tall, skinny lady, Lancero might work.
yeah, I'm thinking about making her a little skinny lady.
There
You
you go.
know, she's interesting. But then I also, at some point, I want to go to the short smokes for those who, in the summertime, if you're out at, golfing or whatever, pickleball, whatever you're doing, and you want to smoke
Wintertime.
cigars, yeah, you have a short smoke. So those are the things that I'm looking into as well.
So as we come closer to the end of the interview,
Mhm.
one of the things that we like to do is we like to ask if you would like to play hotbox questions. What hotbox
Sure.
questions are 10 random questions that are random to you, not random to us, because we got them kind of scheduled out. But they're fun. They let us get to ask you stuff that's kind of outside the industry, but it lets us get to know more about you.
Mhm.
We like to ask, are you willing to play a little bit of hotbox questions?
Yes, I am.
All right. So tonight, hotbox questions are brought to you by Beard Apothecary.
Good morning, Real Smoke family. It's John here from Beard Apothecary. Just wanted to give you guys a shout out and wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We are so thankful for everything that you guys have done for us in our first full year of business, and just the support you give us. as well as the support to Charles and Mick. So just wishing you guys the best and take care. Love you guys.
I will say that it is
I'm here.
probably the shortest video he has sent us.
Yeah.
And it's not like him and Robert both videos have not been about them. It's been about thanking us.
Yeah.
And when I sent the message out saying, "Hey, send us a Christmas video," I was thinking, rep your brand in Christmas format, and they're thanking us.
Well,
so
I'll give them both a little shout out, man. Robert, best damn knives in the cigar industry, and John, I use your stuff every day, man. And I got some bad Santa coming. I know Memphis mail sucks this time of year, but I'm hoping it gets here soon. So I got some bad Santa coming. If you're looking for beard stuff, definitely check out Beard Apothecary.
All right, so Missy, there she is.
Alrighty.
She's back. By the way,
Yes.
the last time I checked the scores, nothing has changed. So it's
It's
got to be
13
pretty
to
boring.
7.
Oh, it has changed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, all right.
Yeah.
Let's go into some hotbox questions. Mick always starts us off. Mick, what do you got for us?
All right. Question number 1. What is your least favorite sound? We've had everything from babies crying to dogs puking to fingernails on a chalkboard. So just to give you an idea where people go usually, but if you got something better, that's awesome. We're waiting.
Oh my God. Oh, that's a hard one. Oh, snoring, because my pug snores. Yeah, that's it.
Well, I do too. So my wife would agree probably. Yeah.
Snoring.
Well,
yes.
I've actually heard your wife consider you a pug, so it's okay. I mean, you're ugly, but adorably cute. So, I mean,
And my tongue hangs out every once in a while. So, I mean, hey, I'm good.
it just depends on how much you've drank.
It is what it is. Yeah, absolutely. It does.
All right. So, question number 2. What is the one thing outside of your industry that you have done lately that has gotten you excited?
Honey.
Really?
Yeah, I
Tell
hunt
us about it.
I hunt too. So we didn't go this year. We normally go. And my goal is, as I told my husband, I want to shoot a big buck. And I want to go moose hunting. And he's like, well, where in the hell are you going to put a moose head at? I was like, I don't know.
So when you go hunting, you talked about getting a big buck. Do you eat the deer meat? Do you eat venison?
Yeah, we do. We eat it. My husband and I eat venison. We eat bison. But as you know, with the venison, you have to let it bleed out as soon as you're out there. You must go from the throat all the way down to the tail.
Just saying, if you ever get too much, reach
want
out to
some?
me. I will take all of it. Just saying. I love it.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know. Like, I do outdoor stuff. I fish. I just don't camp too much outdoors, but I do a lot of outdoor stuff.
Very
That's
cool.
awesome.
Very cool. I miss fishing a lot. I fish a lot in Pennsylvania, but you did mention moose. I don't know if any of you guys saw that video. It's been circulating online of that pure white moose in Canada. The most
No, I
beautiful
haven't seen
creature
that
I've
one.
ever seen in my entire life. I'll see if I can find it on my phone in between questions here, but it's
Wow.
unbelievable.
I'm just
But,
saying, I saw that one, and that's the one moose that I hope nobody ever takes.
Yeah, ever.
Let
Ever.
it live.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
I'm somebody who.
in the United States, you have to go to certain places and get special moose license, and you have to actually go out with a person that, I guess basically is like your guide. You have to go out with them in order to moose hunt. And those and moose, I don't know if you've seen how big they are. Oh, yeah,
yeah.
they some fighters. You got to have some heavy artillery to put them down. Oh, that's
Oh, look at that
beautiful.
thing. Yeah, it is. Let that thing
Oh, it's
live.
beautiful.
I just want that thing to. Yeah. So,
Even
Mark
albino.
says he'll make that a sandwich.
I see that.
He'll probably add potato chips
Add
and
butter and
to it.
chips. Yeah.
Mark, no
absolutely.
potato chips or butter. Thank you.
All right. So question number 3. What is your favorite musical band or artist?
Let's see. Well, when people find this out, they think it's crazy. I'm actually a fan of Ozzy.
Oh hell
Nice.
yeah!
I am a fan.
I've
And
gotten
I
in
was
trouble so
really
many times.
hurt when
I got so
Ozzy
many.
died.
I've gotten in trouble so many times by asking this. What's your favorite song?
Oh my God. Hold on. Got a whole library. Hold on.
I
One
loved it.
second. I
Oh,
can tell you I have them already marked. I have them marked. Yes, I do. I like Crazy Train and Mama, I'm Coming Home.
Okay.
Those are
Mama,
my
I'm coming
favorites.
home.
Mhm.
That one, like almost puts me in tears every time I hear it. I love that song.
Especially when you see when he did the live concert because he was basically saying he
Oh
was going in.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was it. That was it.
Yeah. Girl,
They
he
had
was
him
saying he was
strapped
going
into
in.
that chair. Yeah, they had him strapped into that chair,
Hmm.
and he was singing. Yeah, that's a hard
Hmm.
anytime you find videos of that, that's a hard concert to watch.
Yeah, it is. It really is. He knew he was going. And I
Yeah.
tell people, like, when you have like family members close to you that made transitions and they said stuff, and I learned this in grief counseling, they were basically saying their goodbyes to you and you weren't paying attention. And he was
Yep.
saying his goodbye.
He knew he held on to make that concert, and that was it. Like
Hmm.
he probably should have gone quite a few weeks before that, but he knew he's like, this
Yeah.
is it. I'm going home. So
Yeah. Yeah.
You
He did.
you talking about, paying attention when they're saying goodbye. I mean, I just lost my mom, my dad, my aunt, my uncle all within 11 months. I
Hmm.
mean, my dad as recently as 4 weeks ago Tuesday, and listening and going back in my brain now and thinking about when they told me goodbye, I didn't realize it was a goodbye.
Yeah. They
So, I
have their
mean,
own way.
yeah,
And I'm gonna tell you this: don't let
watching that.
anybody tell you how to grieve. I had when I was going through my grief and everything, people would tell me, "Oh, you need to get over it or whatever," so and so and so and so. And I'd be like, "No, you're not gonna tell me how to get over my grief. You deal with it and you take it day by day. That's my recommendation. Because until people walk in your shoes, they don't know how you feel. They don't know what it feels like to lose a parent. So
I agree.
think of it that way. It's tough. And it
Oh,
it
100%.
gets manageable, but it's never easy. And I always remember that.
100%. So, Mick, yours or mine? I'm next.
it's yours. Question 4.
Okay. So, question number 4, what is the best piece of advice you have ever been given?
Wow, I've had a lot of advice given to me. And the
Eh,
advice that I had recently, that was excellent advice. And it was actually from one of mine, because I don't know if you guys know, but I'm involved with a lot of veteran women's groups. And one of my girlfriends, she actually is over one of the groups that I'm in. And she told me it's okay to tell people no. It's okay now to be selfish because you've given so much of you to everybody. And now you need to focus in on you because you don't want to get to the over 50 and or even like she said over 60 and have any regrets. So now it's nothing wrong with saying no to your son. It's nothing wrong with saying no to your husband. It's nothing wrong with other people no.
Yeah, I
So
struggle with
that's
that myself.
advice.
So
Mick,
Yeah.
no. No, Mick. No, Mick.
no,
No, Mick.
I can't ask the same question I asked earlier. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to.
No, I'm just telling Mick no.
Just want to say the look on your face.
Just no more Mick.
All right. So what? Question number 5. I think this is okay, even though I've been told no 6 times. What is the weirdest food you've ever eaten?
Oh my goodness. I really haven't. Mm. Well, when I used to eat chitlins, those.
That is kind of weird.
So I
They're
don't eat
not
them
bad.
anymore.
They're weird.
Just saying, grew up in the South, been there, done that.
Yep, me too.
Mm-mm. No. After I saw
I'll say
wild
no.
boar, after I was in basic training, went out in the field and they slaughtered a wild boar and taught us how, if we're in the field, how to eat it. I never ate chitlins again.
No.
It was good. Yeah.
All right. So, question number 6. What is one childhood memory that still makes you laugh?
Oh my goodness. Let me see. That still makes me laugh. I would have to say one year my grandmother was making dressing, and her dressing, or stuffing, some people she would put raw oysters in it as a part of her mixture. And I kept asking her, I was like, oh, can I have some? Can I have some? Can I have some? She was like, no, I don't think you want to eat this. You never tried it, so and so and so and so. I kept bugging her and bugging her and bugging her, and she let me try it. Well, growing up, you couldn't spit anything out. you know, so I'm sitting up there chewing it. And so my mom happens to come in the house and she was like, what's wrong? And so my grandmother tells her, she was like, yeah, she kept asking for a raw oyster and I let her have it. And my mother was like, come here. So she gives me the paper towel. I spit it in the paper towel. And so I started crying and I was like, well, I didn't want to spit it out because I was afraid I was going to get in trouble. She was like, that's why you should have asked for something that you never had before. So that's the most funniest child memory. Yes.
That's awesome. That probably could have worked for both of our last two questions as the weirdest food too, because you spit it out. So
Yeah, I spit it out. But I eat, and it's funny, I eat raw oysters to this day.
Yeah. Oysters are great.
Yeah.
All right. So I always leave this question open to try to ask something specific to your brand or something cigar related. So when you made your trip down to see Ish, when you were first kind of creating blends with him, do you remember a moment during that where you had one of those cigars and you're like, this is it, like this is where I'm headed, like as a brand, for a cigar?
I don't even remember what blend it was, number we were on, but I think it was day 2 when I realized that this was it.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
day 2 when I realized that this was it. We had some awesome
She was
blends.
too messed up to try to remember
what blend
which
it was.
blend.
I was. He can tell you. I mean, I was really, if tobacco high is a thing, that's what it was. Yeah.
All right, so this one's a little bit different. If you could know the absolute truth about any one mystery in the world, what would it be?
Oh my goodness. What really happened? Amelia Earhart.
Yes,
That's a
100%.
great one.
What really
That's a great
happened to her? Mhm.
I have a feeling my next question you may answer very similarly.
What number?
I'm on 9.
9. Oh, good.
Question number 9. If you could have a cigar with any historical figure, dead or alive, who would it be and why? You could answer this one the same too if you wanted to, but I'll let you
My
think about it.
goodness. Let me see. Let me see who that would be. Actually, the person that my cigar is named after had to. I want the reason why is because I want to know how she came up with the plans to lead her military and why she felt the need that she would have to at times disguise herself as a man.
Right.
Very cool. That's
I
awesome.
want to know, and how she felt about her stepson pretty much trying to erase her identity.
Wow. Yeah, amazing. That's awesome. That would be great conversation for sure.
She feels about it because, like I told you guys before, it's very limited artifact information about her. And then I have a friend and she's went to Egypt and she was telling me the same thing, that she's very limited thing on her.
So, question number 10. I asked this to Eddie Hall and got one of the best answers I've ever had. So, I'm going to ask it to you. I wasn't going to ask it because I wanted to make it different, but I like this question. Do you think happiness is something we chase or something we create?
Honestly, I think we create it. And the reason why I say we create it because We basically decisions in life. And as you get older and as you guys are older, you can choose who you want to be around. You can choose your path. And as you get older, you start to learn what makes you happy and what doesn't make you happy. So I feel as though that, and to a certain extent, we can chase it. When we're younger, we're chasing happiness. But as we get older and we get settled, it's basically up to us to maintain it and to protect our peace, the way I feel.
Beautifully
I will
said.
say that I hadn't heard a answer as good. I just got one. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a bonus question, and it's only because you've said the name about 30 times. Over the last little bit, you have worked with Ish.
Mhm.
So for all the people who are either cigar brand enthusiasts, cigar brand owners, or cigar whatever, give us some insight into Ish. And that'll be the last question I ask.
He he really all of the people that let me say under his umbrella, he always is really bringing out the best in us. He is one that he does not want to take all the credit for your brand, or he kind of sort of like when you keep mentioning his name, he gets kind of, how can I put it? The word that I'm looking for, shy. He gets kind of shy when you keep mentioning him and everything and like his knowledge and all of that. He's very humble. I can tell you that. You can sit down. I don't care if like you're a nurse or whatever your job is. You could be a paper man if they still had a. You can sit down and you can have a conversation with him and he treats you like you're actually a human. He's not arrogant. He's not boastful. He's not any of those things. He's truly what you see is what you get. He's very genuine. He does not want to sit up and have it as in he is secretive about the stuff that he creates for you. He's an open book. And I understand why he's an open book because you have to prepare for the future because we all don't know how long we're going to be here. So if you sit up and you're a closed book and God forbid something happens to you the next day, how are the businesses that are under your umbrella going to continue to move on if they don't know what is in their cigars? He is a jokester. I mean, he keeps you on your toes, and he has a lot of experience. And it's not just in the cigar world or the cigar community; it's a life experience. If you sit down and you talk to him and you hear about his previous military career, you hear about how he, a former Interpol that they have over there, the stuff that he's done, it's like, wow, you know, it's really, truly amazing. And then, especially if you sit down with him and he starts showing you like some of the stuff he experienced in the military, some of his jumps and everything like that. It's really amazing that he's able to go on both sides of the fence like he does. Um, a lot of people that you know that want to work with him, they have to be willing to take the time to go down there to, as I call it, his encampment and sit down and get to know him and everything like that. Because we were down there 4 days, but it was like really a day and a half, almost 2 days before we really started working on the blends because he wanted to get to know you. He wanted to, like my family went, like my husband went, my son went, so he got to get to know all of us. Only person who wasn't there was the dog because I wasn't having him fly with me. But he really wants to get to know who you are as a person before you go to the next phase of him creating plans for you and then going moving forward. Um, like especially all of the awesome things, how he brought him and the rest of the board members brought the TPA together, all of us. We're collaborating, we're working with each other. He has put such a footprint that nobody is like, I'm not hating on this one or whatever. I'm not hating on that one. Okay, if I see on social media that you got something coming out, let me go on there and love it and share it, hit my on it and all of the above. He's really brought us all in as a family. And if I'm not mistaken, out of all of the people that he makes cigars for, I think that I'm the only woman that he makes cigar for. I could be wrong. I don't know. But he treats me like really exists, and that I'm not just a number for him. A lot of people need to, if they want to, work with him, they need to reach out to him, and you have to be serious. And another person that's really good is Oscar. He's a good person as well. It's a part of the TPA, and they're very knowledgeable. And they're not going to sugarcoat anything, and they're going to make sure that you learn the proper way.
It's phenomenal. Yeah, it's you could not have explained it any better, and I think that's exactly what Charles was looking for. I mean, it's always good to hear that the people under someone's umbrella, as you put it, are taken care of and actually feel like they're running their own show, but they're having that support they need to actually run it correctly. So
Exactly.
phenomenal. Yeah, well, I guess we're pretty much to the end of it. I will say that I always like to say, you're part of the Real Smoke family now. If you ever want to collab on something, we've had a great time. I mean, honestly, it's been great getting to know a lot more about you and your brand and what you have coming up. So if you ever want to collab on something, or you need a shout out, or you need something, you have a new cigar coming out or something, let us know. That's what we do here. We like to promote people, and we like to really take care of our family as well. So,
thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you guys for having me tonight.
Absolutely.
All right. So the last thing that I'm going to say is the same thing I always say at the end. Let everybody know where they can find you, whether it's social media, email, website. Let everybody know where they can find Ancestry Cigars.
If you're looking for our actual cigars, they're on BAM's Issues website, which is www.bamfcigars.com. On social media, on IG, you can find me at Ancestry_Cigars_INC. Facebook, you can find me as Ancestry Cigars Incorporated, or you can go on there to my personal page, which I'm at the limit. I'm at 5,000. So you can follow me and still get all the updates, which is Enid Full Body Blanton. And then you could always email the company, which is Ancestry Cigars Incorporated at gmail.com. And then also on my social media, it is the phone number where you could call, leave a message, or in order to get in contact with us.
Awesome.
And we do answer inboxes. If you don't want to do all that, you can send a company an inbox message. It'll come to me, it'll come to my son, or it'll come to one of the other staff members.
I just want to say thank you so much for jumping on here, being a part of what we're doing. It's been a great honor to get to know you and what you are doing. So I'll leave it up to Mick. I always tell Mick, go ahead and close out the interview. But I want to say thank you so much for what you're doing.
You're very welcome. You're welcome.
I should have saved mine for after, I guess. No, I again, thank you. It was amazing. Like I said, I enjoyed talking to you behind the scenes, and also getting you out to all of our people. And it's just been a great night. We greatly appreciate you. And again, reach out if you need anything. We're here to support as well.
Surely will. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too.
Thank you so much. Have a great night.
You too. Thank you.
And just like that, episode 59.
59.
We didn't make it to 60, but 59.
We're still overachieving. That's a lot, man. We've been at this for just over a year.
That's been the theme of the night, overachieving.
Overachieving. It is. It definitely is.
I mean, can't understand where her son gets the overachieving factor from.
No clue. She said her husband, but I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think so. No, don't think so. So, guys, make sure you're typing in hashtag real smoke. We do have two $25 gift cards to give away from Cigar Vault Oakdale. We do have the cigar review, or at least a half a review to
Yeah,
do,
I know. I suck.
because somebody is a wuss. I'm
I
just
suck.
saying, he's a wuss.
I don't want to waste good cigars, man. I can't taste shit. So
I
here we
will
are.
say, I told Mick. Mick sent me a message and said, "Should I try to smoke them?" And I said, both cigars are fairly good cigars. Do not waste not being able to like enjoy them. So just don't worry about it. We'll catch up.
Yeah,
So
I'll have
we
some
do
time
have
here.
yeah, we do have we do have cigar review, we do have prizes, and we do have Meanwhile in Memphis going on. So
Heck yeah.
we do have all that stuff going on. So make sure you're typing in hashtag real smoke in the comments, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. So what'd you think?
Good interview, man. She was great. She actually expanded on things without us digging too hard, which was nice, because usually we got to dig into some of the topics. Usually people were like, well, I went to middle school, I went to kindergarten, I went to elementary school, middle school, high school, and then here we are. So she
I'm
was
still
great.
here. Hey guys.
Oh, hi.
Oh, she's on
Thank
here.
you.
Hi, we were just talking about her.
Oh,
I was
oh my
seeing,
goodness.
I was responding to a message. I'm sorry. I had to come out for a
She's
second.
stalking us.
She is.
Oh my
Don't
goodness.
stop me. Don't stop you. I was
I
coming
think
to say
Charles just
goodbye before.
I think Charles jumped a little bit when you said something. He's like, somebody's still here.
Yeah, I was coming back to say good night and thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. Good night. Have a great night.
All right. Good night. You too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Yeah, not saying that scared the hell out of me, but it kind
It
of
scared-
did.
You jumped a little bit. That was great. I got to
I
watch
did.
that back.
Yeah, I'm just
I was like, yeah, she was a great interview. And hi guys, what the? It was pretty cool. Yeah. No, she was great, man. She was great. It was definitely a fun night.
all right. So we have a lot of wind coming in, so we must have a storm coming in. So you're probably hearing a lot of stuff in the background. I apologize for that one, but we do have a cigar review, or a half a cigar review. If you watched the Eddie Hall show earlier, we did a half a review. So what we're going to do with this one is the same thing. It's going to be my review. It'll go up as the score for the podcast. When Mick gets a chance to go ahead and score this one, we will revise that score.
We'll put it up. Absolutely.
So we do have a cigar review to do, and that one is going to be brought to you by Cigar Army.
The Cigar Army just wanted to thank everybody for their support for our Toys for Tots fundraiser and wish you all a very Merry Christmas.
I'm just saying, Frank, you could have said more. I mean, it could have been a little more in depth.
I'll say a little more. Saturday, we hosted their Operation Give Back. It was a great time. I'm glad Charles came up with that, and they were very gracious to accept, and it was awesome. Over $8,000 this year. They beat their goal by $2,000+ to give back to the kids for Toys for Tots. So I said it live on that show. I'll say it again here. Next year's 10 grand. We're going to make it happen. I'm excited. And also, we are also members now of the Cigar Army.
I was about to say, congratulations, Mick.
Thank you.
You are a new member of Cigar Army.
I don't know if any of them are watching. Cigar Army fits everything I love about a cigar club. That being said, I never jumped on because I don't like to do something that I'm not 100%. And I am 100% behind them. But I feel like with TriStar, I'm going to give 100%, and I'm constantly involved and constantly posting and constantly busy. Same thing with this podcast. I give 100% to the podcast and to TriStar. Not saying I won't jump on Cigar Army, and I love what they do, and I will try to join, and I want to be a part of it. I just never did take that leap because I feel like I'd be letting them down by not giving 100% at all times.
100%.
So
I'm just saying, I only give about 25% to the podcast. So, I mean, shit.
Okay.
I'm just trying.
Yeah.
I'm just here.
If
I
that's
mean,
25%, thank you. You're doing great.
I'm just here. So let's go into the review. Aroma off the body, sweet tobacco hay. Aroma off the foot, closed foot, so there wasn't much to get off of it. Sweet tobacco. Taste off the cold draw. Once again, it's closed foot, so you don't get much coming through. Tobacco, slight fruity note. First third notes on the light earth, hay, slight pepper into the first third. Notes up front are earth, hay, slight fruit note. Retro brings out vanilla, slight cocoa, and a little white pepper. Draw is good. Burn is straight. Ash holds, but messy. Finish is medium with a slight sweet note. Strength, medium. Into the second, I get earth, oak, and a slight sweet note on the palate. The retro is earth, hay, vanilla, and a slight cinnamon. Burn, draw, and it is still good. Ash is flaky. Short, medium finish. Strength is about a medium. Final third, the palate is coffee, oak, vanilla. Into the retro is coffee, earth, slight creamy sweetness, ash and burn. It and draw is still the same as before, medium and strength. So going into scores, pre-light experience, appearance, and aroma, I give it a 17 out of 20. Flavor enjoyment, I give it a 12 out of 15. Construction, I give it a 9 out of 10. Draw, a 9 out of 10. Burn, 10 out of 10. Fantastic burn. Production and smoke texture, a 5 out of 5. Overall experience, a 17 out of 20. Would I smoke it again? I would add it into my rotation. Something that I would not smoke a lot every day, but something that I would like to enjoy every once in a while. Gave it an 8 out of 10. My score is an 87 out of 100. So 87 in the way we score things, solid, so solid. So enjoyed that cigar a lot. Would like to get a few more. So 87. So Mark jumps on here and says 89. Close, 87. Frank is Frank is so merry. Haha.
Old grumpy.
Old grumpy.
Yeah.
So guys, make sure you are still typing in hashtag real smoke to win some prizes here in just a minute.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it, man. That and the beast. It really sucks. It's been 10 days since I had a cigar. Today was the first day I had a drink in over a week. So yeah, it's been interesting. I'm looking forward to getting caught back up a little bit.
So having the drink, how did that taste? First, what was you tasting?
I can't even taste the cough drop that's in my mouth right now. So
I
got nothing.
You're screwed.
I could tell I got a little bit of burn from the bourbon that I was drinking, but I couldn't really taste it. So
gotcha.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So yeah, like I said, we will keep this as the current score. When Mick jumps in and can actually enjoy a cigar again, we will update it. But next week or this week when we post out things, it'll be one-sided.
Yeah. He may have a graphic ready for that. Just saying.
Yep, I do. Always do. Always. So we do have some prizes to give away. So as I get that set up, make sure you type in hashtag real smoke. The prizes today are two $25 gift cards from Cigar Vault Oakdale. That's all we're giving away today. So go ahead and type that in. Mick, go ahead and give everybody the rules and what they need to pay attention to.
If you already won this month, you are not eligible. This is our last giveaway this month. The past winners were Guns and Water, Get Your Ends Up, Cigars with Angel, and Randy from Cigar Dudes. We have noticed a little bit of a glitch in the algorithm, so we are going to pick the fifth spin each time, and that will be the winner. So the first four do not count, and your name will still be in there. Even if you don't see it, StreamYard has promised that your name is absolutely in there. And I think that's all the rules. And good luck. May the force be with you.
I was so going to add "May the Force be with you."
I'm not even a Star Wars guy, but it sounded right for some reason.
I'm not either. But it works.
Yeah, it sounded right. Cool.
So I will say that we will have somebody that says every time, "I didn't see my name."
Yeah.
Let me just say, in the politest way possible. Never mind.
Unless you misspelled real smoke after the hashtag. I don't know.
All right, so we're gonna spend 5 times. The 5th person is the winner. Not a Star Wars guy yet. Full time cosplay Chewbacca. I can see Mark being Chewbacca 100%.
He's on a roll. He's on a roll tonight.
Yeah.
I think he gave him a big head with the cooking show thing.
I will say if you go back and watch the comments that he posted in the first show versus this one, he's a little spicy today. It's like he's had a bad day.
He is. There's something going on. There's something going on with little Marcus.
Something going on. So little chefy. Come on, little chef. Come on. Calm down. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and do this one. We got 14 in there. Wish there was more. Number 1 is who's going to be the first person to lose? It's going to be Robert. You're the first person to lose. So,
wasn't that him the first time like 5 times last time?
I actually hit the back screen, so let's go ahead and do that one again. Yeah, here we go. Hashtag real. Well, does it even type anymore? Real smoke. All right, so going again. Number 2. If it says Rob again, we know something's messed up. Mitch, you're number 2. So draw again. You guys saw that you can be in there multiple times, so you're all good. So number 3 is Smoking Somsis.
Hi, Mark.
So Chefy Mark. Number 4. Mashbill. And this one is going to be your winner. So remember, you have to be live in the comments. You have about 30 mix seconds to reply that you're here. Told you Rob was going to be on here again. Rob can win, right?
Rob can win.
Oh gosh. Rob.
Norm's going to yell at us.
Yep, he is. So Rob says he's not on here. So go ahead and spin again. Just saying, from Rob.
Merry Christmas, Rob. We love you.
Merry freaking Christmas. All right. So Mark says Matchbox 20 sucks. Where did that come from?
Rob Thomas. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's going deep on that.
Shut up. Shut up. Just shut up.
That's what she said.
All right. So going into number 2, first roll is Mashbill, of course. Number 2 is, I can't wait till they get this worked out where we don't have to do this.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, but it works. See, that's what I'm talking about. Number 3 is, by the way, if you win once, you cannot win again. Just saying. I don't care if you're the 5th person on here. You're not going to win again.
Cigars with Angel.
Number 3 was Cigars with Angel. Number 4. Smoking Solstice. That would be fun. Number 5. This is your winner if they are here, which is probably going to be somebody who's already been picked. But just saying.
Maybe.
Mitch. Uncle Mitch, are you on here? By the way, you have won way too many freaking times. We should cancel you right now. So, Mitch, if you're on here, you have about 30 Mick seconds to say that you're on here. If not, Mick is going to tell me to spin again.
Uncle Mitch. It might be
Uncle
past
Mitch
bedtime.
says, Thursday,
there it is.
boo, I'm here.
I actually wrote it down already. Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah, Uncle Mitch. Well done. Congratulations. I guess the force was with you or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but the wind is kicking up something awful over here. So
we'll get this done before you die.
Yeah, hopefully I do. Hey, I'm finally done with work. I am off for the next 2 weeks after
Drink
you
it up,
fucking
buddy.
killed me today. Just saying.
I did kill you.
So congratulations to our people on here. We do have Rob and Mitch who won. We will get your name into Cigar Vault, and they will look at us and say, why did they win again?
Yeah, Norm will yell at us a little bit, and then he'll be like, I kind of like those guys, so it'll be all right. He'll be good with it. So what do we got left?
We do have Meanwhile in Memphis. By the way, just asking, we did do 2 shows today. So I posted in a video earlier that I had 2 John-inspired songs. Sean picked the first one. It was the death metal Taylor Swift meets gothic grunge shout Christmas music stuff. And then we did the Tay-Tay version. Let us know in the comments, which version did you like better? If you listen to the opening, which version did you like better? And as always, we do have a outro song, an exit song that is kind of Christmas related as well. We did one for the first show, and we do have a new one for the second show. So let us know in the comments.
They were all very cool.
But
I think the Frosty being baked one was pretty cool. But yeah.
Okay, so listen to the outro song to the first show. I did not, if you guys actually stuck with me through the end, I listened to most of the song before I posted it. I did not listen to all of the song until I realized it was not about smoking cigars. And it talked about Frosty being baked.
Most people do not puff past a cigar. So I'm just
go check out the outro song to the first show today. I kind of love it. I kind of love it. Yeah, I love it.
It's great.
So go check that out. Let us know what you think. But we do have a little bit of Meanwhile in Memphis. Wait, let's see. Literal death. Oh, hey, Tay-Tay, give me death or Tay-Tay. Literal death. Well, hopefully you love the intro song to today because it was Tay-Tay inspired, given to us by the one and only John Aldi of Beard Apothecary, because that was the song that he wanted us to play. Just say
it's his favorite music. Weird.
It is.
Crazy.
All right, so the last thing that we have to do is Meanwhile in Memphis. Just saying, do you have some Meanwhile in Memphis?
I do.
All of these are titled Meanwhile in Memphis. I don't know which one's coming up. So
hit it.
We are about to get into some Meanwhile in Memphis, and that is brought to you by our people over at Brooders.
Listen up, Perf heads. Is if your cutter feels like a toy and your gear's got no soul, it's time to level up. Brooders Cigar Accessories. 100% American made. Veteran owned, built like a tank, passed down like a rifle. This ain't mass-produced junk. It's the Heirloom Collection. Precision built with grade 5 titanium, magnetic steel blades, magnetic action, and inlays so clean they'll make your humidor blush. Check out the Heirloom Ambassador, a semi-custom raw titanium anodized finished cutter with exotic woods like Purple Heart and Bolivian rosewood. Or the Heirloom Elite, a fully customizable cutter with Cerakote, abalone, two-tone layouts, every detail dialed in. Each piece is serialized, built with pride, made to outlive you. So if you're tired of plastic cutters and flimsy lighters, go check out Bruters. Hit their website. Get something that matches your smoke game. Bruters, where legacy meets grit.
Technically, that was our prizes giveaway, but our Meanwhile in Memphis is Haze Gray Cigars.
Santa doesn't just bring toys. This Christmas, he's delivering a new Haze Gray blend. Exotic, bold, unexpected, and built for those who know a good stick when they light one. Coming January 13th to stock your humidor for the new year. Irmaus du Mar from Haze Gray Cigars, veteran-owned, we got your sticks.
Ooh, something special.
I can't wait to get into one of those soon too. Once I can taste something. So.
Meanwhile in Memphis, it's happening again. Meanwhile in Memphis, the sky turns wild. Stray gators and pools running free and wild. Some guys wearing mud boots with a suit on trial. Meanwhile in Memphis, let's stay here a while.
Hell yeah. So I'm going to start off this little segment of Meanwhile in Memphis. I did not get a chance to print off anything on this one, but I woke up this morning. I was off work today. And
you've been off for like 2 freaking weeks. What are you talking about?
I was off for 2, and then I came back for 1, and I work for the government. It'll be fun. The title of the news, one of the big news stories today was basket brawl game. There was a high school basketball game where benches cleared, all of the auditorium cleared, and there's a lot of speculation that the coach was punching a player, but I didn't. That's why another reason I didn't want to read the story, because then somebody else came back and said, no, it was another parent that was punching the other team's player. So there's still a lot of speculation. So maybe next week I'll do a follow up on that one. High school sports gone completely wrong in Memphis. It was pretty ugly. I saw the video like 5 times today. So yeah, I'll try to do a follow up on it. Also, not part of my story. I was on the way home 2 days ago, and there was 3 hay bales. You know the big round hay bales? Don't even know where you get those hay bales in Memphis. And
we use those for our horses.
There was 3 of them laying in the middle of a turning lane, literally in downtown Memphis, and one of them had a girl dancing on top of it.
I was about to say it came from Mason, but a girl dancing on top. That one was definitely from Memphis.
And I'm grabbing my phone as I'm trying to drive by, and I'm like,
Oh, I bet you are.
Not trying to get a picture or anything, but it worked.
Sure, not
anyway, my first real story for the night. Naked woman kicks in door. Police shoot.
Wait. You go from girl dancing on hay bale to naked girl.
I mean, she was clothed, but it could be the same person. You never know. The night might have got away from her. You never know.
Okay, continue.
Naked woman kicks in door. Police shoot at dog in Mud Island incident. A woman was left injured after police say she got in a fight with her boyfriend early Wednesday morning on Mud Island. Officers say it started when they responded to a prowler call on the 100 block of Sawyer Circle after a woman said a naked woman kicked in her door. She then arrived. When they arrived at the scene, they reported hearing a woman screaming for help. While running towards her voice, a gray pit bull charged them, and officers had to shoot at the pit bull to get it to stop charging them. They did not injure the pit bull. They fired 2 shots into the round to prevent injuries. Police say the victim told them that she did not mean to go to the complainant's house. She thought she was at her friend's apartment, and she was sorry that she was naked. She was trying to get away from her boyfriend. Due to the extent of the victim's injuries, the suspect has past domestic violence incidents. Police say they determined that the suspect was the primary aggressor. So the naked woman apparently got in a fight with her boyfriend. It was probably her fault because she has a lot of past for that. So she runs naked into some stranger's house, kicks the door in, and it wasn't the right house, apparently.
Do you have any idea what she was doing?
I have a good idea where it started. That's probably where it started. Yeah,
Just saying.
not where it went.
It's like I mean, come on.
It's a good place to start.
And when she got over there to do the Haktua, do you know what she heard?
That's what upset her.
Yeah, that's what made her mad.
It happens. Even to the best of us, yeah.
Blue pill.
Too much tequila. I don't know. That's
way too much. Whiskey dick.
All right, so this one is kind of sad, but I had to put it in here.
Oh, don't leave us with something sad.
It's just, I'll just read it. Overdosing man used as a coffee table at a Memphis drug house, authorities say. 2 people arrested. I feel bad.
I don't know why I'm laughing, but
I feel bad laughing at it.
The dude used as a coffee table. I don't know where to put these books. Dude,
Memphis,
just
Tennessee.
lay down. Let me put these on you.
Memphis, Tennessee. 2 Memphis men were arrested and accused of using and overdosing man as a coffee table, setting food, drugs, and other items on his back, according to the West Tennessee Drug Task Force.
Dang it, Bobby.
The Drug Task Force confirmed that 2 people were arrested in connection with this incident. I'm not saying their names. Agents say that they conducted a month-long investigation and went to this residence of that area to serve a search warrant for fentanyl early Wednesday morning. That was just literally yesterday. When they entered the home, they say they found a 45-year-old man actively overdosing. It appeared that they positioned him and propped him as a table. The one man even had his feet propped up on him. Other people in the house appeared to be using him as a table for quite some time. Naloxone, why can't I say that word? Why does it look weird? Was administered to reverse the overdose, and the man is in extremely critical condition at the hospital. That's why I said I feel bad about it, but I don't.
I really don't want to laugh about this, but it's like you got like some dorm people from University of Memphis over there, and they're going, dude, I don't got enough money for furniture. Look at Todd. He's over there. Let's bring Todd over. Todd, just be over there. And you got like Jim sitting over there. He's smoking like a Black and Mild with his feet propped up on Todd. And he's like, look, Todd's laying over there. Let me lay my whiskey glass on him. And Todd's just like over there going,
Yeah. After searching the home, agents said they seized 5 ounces of fentanyl, 5 ounces of meth, 8.5 ounces of cocaine, 88 oxy pills, 3.5 methadone pills, a loaded semi-automatic.
They were there to party.
3/4 of a pound of marijuana, 3 sets of electronic scales, and over $3,000 in cash.
Todd was like the best thing that happened to him. I don't know, man. I don't want to put my feet on the floor. What can I do? Hey Todd, lay there for a second and flop.
I was so back and forth on putting this on, but I'm like, I have to, because I'm like, what kind of title is that, man? Like, they used their friend as a coffee table who was overdosing and seizing. Terrible. Funny,
Todd,
kind of, but terrible.
Todd, stay there right now. Don't move. Just lay there. I'm gonna put my feet up on you. You're gonna be fine. Just lay there.
That's everything they seized. It's unbelievable from that house. But yeah.
Sorry,
Crazy.
Todd. They did you wrong, Todd. Sorry.
You think he just? My thought is, did he just fall down in that position? And they're like,
no. So if you go research like fentanyl, it's called the lean.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you look over like Los Angeles, San Francisco, things like that, one thing that it doesn't affect is balance, but it affects the way that they stand upright. and they're just leaned over, but they have all the balance in the world, and they can stay there for hours.
It's crazy.
I'm just thinking the fuckhead that was like, look, Todd's laying over like that. We don't have a coffee table. Let's put Todd
Stuff
over here
on him.
and then like Jim over there, like, I'm just gonna put my feet up on Todd. He won't mind. He's over there laying like that.
It's just pure craziness. I saw that title and I'm like, yep, I pretty much have to. I have an obligation to our people to put that story.
Sorry,
out
Todd.
there.
Sorry, Todd. I
I hope you
mean,
make it, man. I really do. I hope you make
yeah,
it.
you need to find help, Todd. Just saying. But don't let your friends do that to you. I mean, friends don't let friends be coffee tables.
Yeah, that's how we end 2025. Meanwhile, in Memphis.
Holy crap. So was that the final Meanwhile in Memphis?
Yes, sir. That was it.
All right. So Meanwhile in Memphis.
Sheep on the hills, they outnumber the town. A possum in the pantries wearing a crown. Kiwi birds hiding when no one can see. Meanwhile in New Zealand, it's just another spree. Meanwhile in New Zealand, life's a little strange. Volcanoes are grumbling, the weather might change. Hobbits in the backyard surfing by the shore. Meanwhile in New Zealand, you'll never get bored.
All right. So
Love it.
that was the best dance moves I've got. So I'm not going to say that I did say something earlier that I hate the fact that we're going to end 2025 on 59. I'm not going to say that we don't figure out something in between the next week. But if we do, if we don't, we will be back in roughly 2 weeks.
Yeah, man. We're starting off officially starting off 2026 with the Who the F Are These Guys Part 2, which we will actually be
Who the F are these guys?
Yeah. So
what guys?
Part deuce.
Us.
Yeah.
So I do know that a year ago that we did the first episode was Who the F Are These Guys, and we talked about ourselves and we interviewed each other. So what's happening if we're not doing that? What's going to happen?
Well, we have two special ladies that are joining our show. Again, bringing female industry people into it, and my daughter, Kylie and Sin, will be joining us in January to interview us, which I'm actually somewhat nervous about.
It could be interesting.
But it'll be fun.
So I'm not sure that we're going to do anything else between now and then. Mick and I both hate ending the idea on an odd number.
Odd numbers.
There may be something that we come up with, but if not, in about 2 weeks we'll be back live. We're going to take some time off, especially for Christmas. But after this week, I need at least a few days off.
You deserve that.
But I will say, it's been one hell of a year.
Yeah, has it? I agree.
We have had some of the most amazing guests on.
Yeah. We've had huge names. We've had brands on that people don't know, but now they know. We've had some amazing people on, man. We've had our family on. We've had friends on. We've had, accessory people in the industry. Like the list goes on and on, man. We're trying to keep it fresh. And I think
over
we've
the
done
last year, if you go over the last year, we've had everything from brand owners to whiskey representatives to whiskey or distillery owners to things that has happened in our own personal life to, death and things like that. We've had in-depth conversations about mental health. We've had light conversations like today with Eddie Hall. So we have had some of the best episodes. I mean, we're new. We're 100% brand new. But I will say there's not too many people that can get the quality of guests that we have had on in their first year. You're looking at some of the podcasts that's on there that's been on there for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. That's getting the same guests on there. We're getting them on there on the first year.
Yeah, I couldn't be more proud. Man.
I am so honored and proud to be a part of what we have done. But at the same time, I cannot be more honored and proud with the people that we have in the chat every week because they're the ones that support this.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we've definitely met some people just through the podcast that we now call family. I mean, it's been a great.
So Rob says Mick is the prime example of tax dollars hard at work.
Man, I haven't taken much time off all year. I'm taking a little around the holidays. It's crushing me. I see how it is. I love you.
Remember when Janet Jackson sat on the Mexican guy on the Bruno? Okay. Not reading the rest of that. So good. I've been summoned. So
no, it's been a hell of a year, man. I can't say it much better than that. I'm proud of where we're at, and I'm excited for who we have already scheduled for next year and some of the names we're going after. And if we get them, we get them. If we don't, we don't. We said from day one, we're doing this to have fun, to meet people, to enjoy time, you and I together. And it's just been a great ride, man. And I think we've both said it 100 times. Both of our work ethics, man. I think that's why we're doing as well as we are. And I couldn't ask for a better partner in this, man. I appreciate everything you've done. Every week you blow me away with some of the shit you come up with, man. It's just awesome, and just trying to keep up, bro. That's what we do.
So I will say that today was a really hard day. We did go into, in my industry, it was the busiest time of the year. And going into doing 2 podcasts back to back, one in the afternoon, trying to get back to work to handle business and coming back into this, it was a hard day. But I will say I had some of the funnest episodes today that I've had over the last little bit. Eddie Hall, bro, I know you don't know who the hell we are, and you made that very much clear from minute one. That was the biggest kick in the dick. Just saying, from what you were talking about, the biggest kick in the dick was that you have no clue who we are. I get that. I understand that. Hell, we don't even know who we are.
Some days, yeah.
But going into Missy with what she had to bring for this podcast, she jumped on and did a fantastic show. So greatly appreciate everybody over the last year that you guys have jumped on here, shared your knowledge, shared your experience, shared your information about your product and the stuff that you're going through. Love that. Next year, I think next year is going to be big.
I agree. It's going to be huge. It's going to be great. We got a lot of big things in the works. A lot of big things in the works. It's going to take a little more work, but we're ready. We're ready. Let's go.
I do want to say, just like I ended this afternoon's podcast, I want to say thank you to all of our sponsors. Cigar Vault. I cannot thank you enough for being that one name that sticks above everybody else. Robert, XIII Knives. Bro, you blow us away every week. Destination Cigars. Go check them out. Allegory cigar brand that they've come out with. Huge, huge, huge players in the cigar game. Beard Apothecary. If you don't know John, free. I mean, come on.
Everybody knows
The best cigar beard products in the industry. Cigar Army. They have more heart in their club, and we are the president and vice president of a cigar group. They have more heart in their club than any club out there. Go check out Cigar Army. Brooders, thank you so much for all that you do. Fantastic cigar cutters. You guys have some amazing products. Haze Gray, can't say enough about you guys.
Family.
You guys are more family than Mick and I can even talk about.
Yeah.
So, want to thank every one of the people that stood by us over this last year. All of our Patreons. You guys put money into something that we don't even know what we're doing yet. But yet you support us and give us a few dollars a month and help us keep going and keep providing for the podcast.
Yeah. From day one, we said
We
all of that
appreciate
goes back, and that's what we do. But Devin, Mark, Tom, Patrick, all of you guys. That's so far we lost a few, we gained a few, but that's a 4 that has been with us pretty much forever. So thank you. And that's the 4 that are with us currently. And we're working on, like I said, revamping that whole thing. You'll see that coming soon. But thank you for sticking with us this whole first year. And let's go.
So after all of the sponsors, after all of the Patreons, I'm going to close tonight out with this. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the person that is sitting next to me on this screen that asked me to do this. The person that checks on me every day, the person that no matter how bad he feels, no matter how much shit he's going through, make sure that I'm okay. There's not a chance in this world that I would be doing what I'm doing tonight without the man that is on this podcast with me. So the last person I'm going to thank is Mick. I've got nothing more I can say than I am 100% privileged and honored to go through the first year of this podcast with you. I love the fact that we're doing what we're doing. I love the fact that we are gathering the community that we are. But more importantly, I love the fact that we are doing this together. So I will say, thank you so much for doing this and convincing me to do this with you. Bro, you are amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate that. I didn't expect that. Hard to come back with that, man. I'm glad I could convince you to do it. I'll say that. And man, I've never seen anybody work as hard at something. If you give you a task, man, you're gonna have it done quicker than I could ever. It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it. And man, we work well together, and I don't see us failing ever as long as the two of us keep on the pace we're on, man. Because neither one of us ever want to quit. So
I will say that the biggest reason I keep pushing forward is because you keep pushing forward. It would be easy to give up on something if it was one-sided, but it's not.
That's how we're built.
You are busting your ass for this community that we are trying to build.
Yeah.
So if you're busting your ass, I'm busting my ass every day. And the moment that I think that I'm going to let up, I realize that you haven't let up. And you not letting up keeps me going. So I will say, to end 2025. Hell yeah, bro. We
Hell yeah,
got
man.
this.
Hell yeah. I appreciate everything you do, man. And yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. And as I always say, man, to everybody out there, take time this week, this next couple of weeks, over the holidays. Take time, slow down with family, with friends. Smoke a cigar with someone you love. And man, let's make 2026 fucking amazing. Let's do this.
I agree. I usually give Mick that last spot to say, but I'm going to say 2024 or 2025 has been rough. And the one thing that I've realized is Mick ends the show with take some time to smoke with someone you love. I'm just going to say, whether you smoke with someone you love or what, take some time to hug someone you love. I have lost so many people in the last year. Take some time to love somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, see you back in 2026. It's going to be a great year.
Much love, fam.
Peace out.
Peace.
Yeah. Snow's falling slow, but the smoke's rising fast. Two Tennessee boys making good times last. From the hills in the east to the rivers out west, Mick and Charles, they're bringing the best. Puffing and laughing under Christmas lights, talking whiskey dreams on frosty nights. Cigars and Christmas cheer, pour a glass, let's keep it near. Light it up, the season's here with Mick and Charles. The vibe's so clear. Yeah, the vibe's so clear. Santa's got a stogie and a bourbon in hand. Chillin' with the boys, it's a winter wonderland. Guests from the biz, they drop by the show. Talking smoky secrets we all wanna know. Unwrapping stories, lighting the flame. Holiday spirit, it's all in the name. Cigars and Christmas cheer, pour a glass, let's keep